Wishbone Fried Chicken is back in a brand new location, 31 Jackson Street, Suite A here in Noonan. Same great taste, the best chicken around. Fish dinners, open Monday through Saturday, 10:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's Wishbone Fried Chicken right next door to their former location, bringing you the best chicken around.
What's up? It's RyanORadio Penitentiary.
Including the latest on the Falcons, the Braves, and more. And who knows, you might even hear you. That's the Ryan Peterson Show, daily at noon, right here on WQEE 99.1 FM.
We're on YouTube this morning as well. The WQEE Key page. What's up, everybody?
5 p.m. Eastern, drive time on WQEE. Braves Country is a Southern sports talk show. Back McGee and the Armchair Quarterbacks. That's Braves Country. Back McGee and the Armchair Quarterbacks. Weekdays, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. right here on WQEE 99.1 FM.
Extra, extra, extra. God's newspaper boy, Elder Gerald Alfred, is inviting you to listen in to the Voice of Reason broadcast, bringing you fresh revelation from God's Word for today every Sunday morning at 11 a.m. I'll have a seat for you Sunday morning at 11 a.m. on WQEE 99.1 FM.
The views and opinions of this show and program are not the views and opinions of this station, its management, or its clientele.
And at the time period where they were going to start to discuss what was Dan Scavino's role.
At the time, I believe his title was Social Media Director for the White House. It became Deputy Chief of Staff at the time that the conversation in question took place.
Okay, when was that?
The conversation was around December 19th of 2020 at the White House Christmas party. And I emphasized him. I thought that the claims and the...
We're on YouTube this morning. Come to the WQEE YouTube page.
He said to me, and I kind of excited to him, well, we don't care and we're not going to leave. And I said, what do you mean? And
That way you can get on there and do a lot more talking.
Everyone understood the boss. That's what we all called him. He said the boss is not going to leave under any circumstances. We are just going to stay in power. And I said to him, well, it doesn't quite work.
This is Adam Finale of the Columbus River Dragons. Your home for River Dragons hockey in Noonan 99.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you know what that means. It's that time again. It's a Monday edition of your favorite radio show, The Straight Edge Independent Skeptic on the air, giving you the news like it is. Real news, not none of this imaginary conspiracy theories, make-believe lies that you get from all mainstream media. We're going to kick it off here in Penitentiary. The RyanORadio Penitentiary, that is, and I'm your host, the one, the only Ryan O'Neill, and of course, 50,000 plus of you worldwide on the Shoutcast, Shout It Out Loud, across the RyanORadio media page on the Spreaker, Earth Rock Radio, New Mexico, the Navajo Nation, and across Arizona, the British Columbia Isles of Canada, our Jordan Communication and Family radio stations, East Alabama, West Georgia, including WZEV 90.5 FM in Lineville, 99.1 FM, WQEE The Key, home of Southern sports and inspirational talk in the Atlanta, metro Atlanta area, and we're the heartbeat of Atlanta. We're also on the WQEE YouTube page, Facebook page, Ryan O'Neill Facebook page, and more. We're live on. You can see us, you can listen, you can hear, you can do everything. It's your favorite radio show, and to my haters, I got this to say to you. Listen up. Damn straight, I'm the man around here. What's up, everybody? The Golden Globes were last night. Yeah, well, big whoop. But we got a lot of stuff to talk about this morning. 50,000 plus of you worldwide over the Shoutcast, Shout It Out Loud. We are now coming to you live on YouTube, the WQEE Key YouTube page, the WQEE Key YouTube page, and sharing it on our Facebook page as well as my personal Ryan O'Neill page, and soon to be on the RyanORadio Penitentiary page. What's up, everybody? It's 15 minutes past the hour on this January 8th. We are holding it 31 degrees in the Atlanta metro Atlanta area. Your time and temperature brought to you by our friends at Active Pest Control, 34 Jefferson Street in Noonan. That's right. Whether it's summer, winter, spring, fall, we don't care for those rodents, critters, or gooey things at all. Radio news time, once again, is 14 minutes past the hour. Got a lot in store for you. Great guest coming up this morning. Returning to the show, head coach, the one, the only from Landmark Christian, our good friend, Coach Tommy Lewis. We'll talk about stuff going on there at Landmark, as well as I want to get his thoughts on the big game tonight between Michigan and Washington. It is the college football playoffs. A lot of people in the South are just not going to be paying attention to this game tonight. Oh, my goodness. They'll be not talking about it because of, nobody got in it from the SEC. Also, Arthur Smith has been kicked field goal out of Atlanta after the loss last night. The final loss that kicked him 3 years with the Atlanta Falcons, and Smith is gone. We'll talk about that this morning. And ladies and gentlemen, also more of the Epstein's list out for you. We'll get more details into that. Israel at war in Hamas. Anthony Blinken making his way over there talking to leaders about trying to slow this down. Some ceasefires and protests going on. We'll get into all that. And we're also going to talk about Elon Musk. His CEOs, his other board members are a little concerned. Tesla, like the band, Tesla. Did I say it right? Doesn't matter if I did. Anyway, Elon Musk was high during the time he was on X. No, he's got to be high with all the stuff he's putting on X. YouTube might get mad at me. They're like, no, man, we don't like him either. So we'll get into that. Plus, an Alabama man crashes into a sporting goods store. And we'll tell you what he did after that. SmackDown and AEW Collision updates from over the weekend. CM Punk making his way to Raw tonight. Raw is war. And we'll get into all that this morning throughout 3 hours of nonstop play of sports, entertainment, news, and everything. Plus the Golden Globe Awards. We'll tell you what happened there, who won, where, and why. And some of you may be excited about that. Yours truly don't really care, but hey, anyway. Our top news story of the day is Arthur Smith leaves in Atlanta after 3 seasons. Yeah. Official. 3 years. And week 18, usually on Monday after week 18, is Black Monday for a lot of felon coaches and coaching staffs and players and stuff. So we'll see what's going to happen. Arthur Smith is already gone from the Atlanta Falcons, ladies and gentlemen, kicking him to the curb, kicking him through the field goal and out of Atlanta. Where is Smith going to go next? You know, I always say this. When it comes to the sports, when it comes to the world of football and comes to coaching staff, sometimes coaching staffs and young talent, sometimes coaching staffs and certain teams just don't click. Arthur Smith could take his coaching style out to, say, Las Vegas, and the Raiders would be contenders. You could take somebody else, say, from, take Bill Belichick and put him in Atlanta. That winning championship he had years and years for the Patriots could be something that Atlanta. It's just one of those things. It just has to click. The coaching staff and the team have to click. And a lot of times it's just not that way. We always think, well, oh man, my team's losing, my team. Maybe the coaching staff's plans or the way they run the ball or how they set up the way they run the ball and their defense just don't coincide with the way certain players were used to being coached in high school and college in their latter days and everything. So, I mean, you just never know. You really don't know. So that's just one of the things that I always think about it. I'll say Arthur Smith did a okay job, but everybody's been wanting him to go. And I think Atlanta Falcon fans are pretty ecstatic to see what the future holds for us. But every single time we seem to get rid of somebody, we don't bring in the big names. You know, it's not like we're going to get a Bill Belichick or something. And but Arthur Blank has the checkbook to bring in a great coaching staff. So we'll see what happens today. It's Black Monday. We'll see who else is going to be kicked to the curb, put on the bench, sent somewhere else, released from their contracts as head coaches, and what players may be heading out, because it is Black Monday the day after. We got wild card weekend coming up this weekend. We'll talk about as we get close to the weekend, ready for some wild card action. I am ready. Of course, the Falcons are not there. I keep calling for the 49ers, and we'll talk a little bit about that tomorrow with our sports analyst, Richard Holders from the Sports Beat. He and I are going to be talking some college football action. We'll talk about tonight's Michigan-Washington game, the finals of that, what happens tonight, and we'll get into this, what his predictions going into the wild card weekend is going to be. Plus, this morning, Coach Tommy Lewis joins us from the Landmark Christian War Eagles. I get a little sports news from him. Tomorrow morning, also in the final period of play, Shane B joins us. He and I are going to talk top 10 movies from over the weekend. And, of course, he's probably going to say Golden Globes, whatever. But we'll tell you, Oppenheimer, one of his favorite movies of last year, did take a Golden Globe home. Big winner last night. So we'll talk more about that with Shane tomorrow. Wednesday is Weird Wednesday. We'll dive into what's going on in the world of Weird Wednesday. I think I may have a guest. I've got to make sure. I think we may have a guest. I have to make sure. And also on Thursday, we're going to have Elizabeth Sarles. She joins us as well. All right, let's jump into it. Headline news. That's True Crime Thursday. On Thursday, we talk true crime, unsolved homicides, where everybody knows your name, them know your mom and them. They don't know who did it. Let's jump into some of the headlines this morning, making headlines. Saved by the Bell and Hunter superstar and actor Christian Oliver died in an airplane crash on Thursday. His 10-year-old and 12-year-old also were a part of this. His two daughters died in the crash along with him and the pilot. Oliver is best known for acting in the sitcom Saved by the Bell, The New Class in 1994. A Toronto man who ran 242 freestyle marathons may have broken the world record, being Pob Joy, traveled across North America, South America, Europe, Africa, and Asia to 26.2 miles in each location. Old Ben said he's going to submit his evidence to the Guinness World, see if it's going to be for a review, ladies and gentlemen. The Navajo Nation this morning, this is for our friends who listen on the Navajo Nation, is protesting the planned delivery of human remains to the moon as a part of a unmanned lunar launch scheduled for today. The statement issued on Friday that plans delivered the cremated remains and DNA of 66 individuals aboard a lunar launch would take place today. And the Navajo Nation says it's disrespectful to the moon, whom the Navajo Nation considers a sacred site. The company says, no, we're not trying to do any kind of thing disrespectful to the Navajo Nation. No, we would never do that. No. You know, our ancestors didn't do that either. Of course they would never be disrespectful, right? Dadgummit. Wow. Also, ladies and gentlemen, in other news, judge denies Cher, the famed singer Cher, movie star from Moonstruck, her abilities to be over her son, Elijah Blue Allman, who is the son of Cher and the Allman Brothers' main man, Greg Allman. Of course, Elijah Blue went out and became a rock metal star a few years ago. Elijah has had some mental health issues, and the court has decided that is not going to stand. We'll talk about global protests going around calling for the ceasefire in Hamas in just a few moments as we head to Israel at war. Stay with us. All right, it's about 23 minutes past the hour, radio news time. 31 degrees, tablet temperature brought to you by Active Pest Control. Summer, winter, spring, fall, we don't care for those rodents, critters, or gooey things at all. Michael and the crew can exterminate and lay the smack down just for you. All right, look, a few other headline news this morning. George Owens of Leeds, Alabama, was arrested on Thursday after crashing his car outside a Bass Pro Shop stripping mall and then making his way inside, stripping down to the nude and jumping and diving into the aquarium. He was taken into custody, ladies and gentlemen, and he's being evaluated at the St. Clair County Jail for mental health issues. You know, it was just too hot outside and he had to take a dive. Oh my goodness, Ryan. These are some of the headlines this morning making the headlines. A Florida venue canceled an event featuring Marjorie Taylor Greene of Georgia to commemorate the deadly riots and attack on U.S. Capitol January 6th this past weekend. It was including a January 6th private briefing with super VIPs who paid over $1,000 each to agree to come to the event. The event was going to be taking place at the Westgate Resorts in Kismore, Florida, right outside of where Disney World is. But no, they decided to cancel the event because they wanted to have nothing to do with the event. And ladies and gentlemen, this morning, the FBI announced on Saturday it had arrested 3 more fugitives in Florida charged with connection of the January 6 riots on the Capitol. Jonathan Polick, Olivia Michelle Polick, and Joseph Daniel Hutchison III were arrested at a ranch in Groveland, Florida. FBI did not give details on how the 3 were arrested, but they will appear in court today. That's some of the headlines for you this morning. We're going to dive a little bit deeper into a few other things, including what, when, where, and why in the Hamas. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Little Mermaid star Halle Bailey gives birth to her first child, a son. Caddyshack star, ladies and gentlemen, Cindy Morgan passes away at age 69. And my plug comes out of my phone. That's headline news for you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll appreciate you. About 26 minutes past the hour. Still to come this morning, we're going to be inside the coaches corner with Coach Tommy Lewis. He and I are going to talk some sports going on in the Landmark Christian, but also want to get his thoughts on the big game tonight, the college football game between Michigan and Washington. Some people are interested in it. Will it be a detrimental game for most? A lot of people are probably just going to flip over and watch Raw, which you should because CM Punk will be there. We'll talk more about that inside the coaches corner coming up in the final period. But first, let's take a look at what's going on with your traffic this morning. You don't have to do it alone. Killingsworth Realty is bringing you the Killingsworth Realty Road Report this morning. The perfect home in Metro Atlanta and Atlanta is right there. 29 degrees still. Wind went down. Oh, it's cold out there. Let's take a look at what's going on with your traffic. We'll take a look at your forecast momentarily. But first, there's traffic for you. Douglas County, Thornton Road southbound, Blair's Bridge Road south of I-20. There's a block in the right lane there till about another 10 or 15 minutes. I-85, ladies and gentlemen, in Gwinnett County, debris in the center area, causing a slowdown for another 5 or 10 minutes. Buford, there's a crash at I-85 southbound right past Buford Drive. That's cleared up as we speak. I-285 Camp Creek Road, clearing up as we speak there as well with an injury crash in the area. It started about an hour ago. No traffic issues on Bullsboro this morning as well as Lower Fayetteville Road. We're taking a look at Popular Road, picking up a tad bit, but nothing major. Road conditions yesterday were a lot of people on the side of the road as the funeral for a sheriff's deputy here in Coweta County was being preceded by everyone in Coweta County supporting this gentleman and his family. Also, ladies and gentlemen, no traffic issues this morning. Jackson Street's picking up a tad bit. A lot of traffic, but no backed up traffic. Heading down LaGrange Street and also Greenville Street. Heading down Interstate 85 southbound. Granville Police Department, as well as our friends at the Hogansville Police Department, report no issues this morning. Looking good in Granville. Traffic picking up on the interstate southbound, going into LaGrange. North New Franklin Road's picking up a tad bit over there in front of the Walmart, heading towards downtown where Commerce Avenue is. Oh, it's picking up a tad bit. A little traffic issue, slow down there as people are heading back to work. Traffic backed up in downtown LaGrange, as always, heading towards Old West Point Road is picking up just a tad bit. No traffic issues in West Point, as well as everybody's back to work at the Kia plant there off of Kia Boulevard, and heading back to work and school in East Alabama, West Georgia there, and Valley. Nothing major. If you see something I don't see, shoot us an email. 99classicrock@gmail.com. That's 99classicrock@gmail.com. News, weather, traffic, sporting events, community events, church events, let us know. WQEE News How. We'll take a look at it and get it on the air. Just like this, the Fatherhood Conversation coming up tomorrow, January 9th, virtually via Noonan, Georgia and surrounding areas, 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. live on all social medias, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, X, and Zoom. Services offered as well, ladies and gentlemen, for this event. Driver's license reinstatement, child support services, GED enrollment, job training, and more. For further details, contact 706-315-6454, 706-315-6454, Marvin Broadwater the Senior, and of course, the Georgia State organization is coming together. Fatherhood program. You can find it on YouTube Live and everything, services included. We'll have all that for you and more additional information. And of course, State of Georgia Parent and Teacher Association coming together with the Omega Frat and the State of Georgia organization. There you go. That's what's going on. Hey, we're going to take a break. Back in a moment. We're going to go inside what's going on in Hamas. Yeah, that's right. Israel at war next. Stay with us. You're tuned in to RyanORadio Penitentiary right here on the WQEE Key page. If you're seeing us on Facebook, on our Facebook chat, and you're chatting and I'm not responding, come on over to the WQEE YouTube page. You can find it on YouTube at WQEE The Key. That's WQEE The Key. We're live on YouTube this morning as well.
Dr. Active Weather forecast on this Monday brought to you by Active Pest Control, 34 Jefferson Street in Newton. Sun and cloud mixture today with high near 52. East winds around 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, cloudy, periods of rain after midnight. Potential flooding rains, low near 44. East-southeast winds 15 to 25 miles per hour. Chance of rainfall 1%. Going into your Tuesday, cloudy and damp with rain in the morning, becoming partly cloudy by the afternoon. High near 58, 100% chance of showers. South-southwest winds 15 to 25 miles per hour. For tomorrow night, low near 32, mostly cloudy skies, becoming cloudy by the late evenings. And of course, wind southwest 15 to 25 miles per hour. Can gust up to 40 miles per hour. On your Wednesday, high near 47, some sun with a low near 30 with partly cloudy skies. That's your active weather forecast. Sponsored by Active Pest Control. Summer, winter, spring, fall. We don't care for those rodents, critters, or gooey things at all. Active Pest Control offers the best services and prices to protect your home. Offering both monthly and quarterly pest control services, plus specific services like bed bug, German roach, and flea control. Even if you can't see them, insects are all around you 24/7. Active Pest Control wants to be the first line of defense. Active Pest Control. Repair, buy, best termite coverage around. Active Pest Control, 34 Jefferson Street, Newton, 770-954-9941.
You're walking, shopping, or on your favorite trail. You get that feeling somebody's coming up on you. What do you do to be prepared in today's world? Hi, I'm Holly Reese. I'm the founder of Warrior Defenders. As a certified tactical self-defense instructor, I'm specializing in women's self-defense. All women of all ages have the ability to learn how to defend themselves.
Good morning, everybody tuning in. If you were on our Facebook page seeing this and saying, Ryan, why are you not responding? We are on the YouTube as well. Go to WQEE The Key. That's WQEE The Key.
Learn today to have a safer tomorrow. warriordefenders.com.
Hey, sports fans.
Had somebody
it's Ron
on.
Peterson here, host of the Ron Peterson Show, inviting you to join us daily for 2 hours of Atlanta's funnest sports talk right here on WQEE. I say fun because it is. You've never heard a show like it because we make the listeners a part of the show every day between noon and 2 p.m. Eastern. You'll hear plenty of the best sports talk, including the latest on the Falcons, the Braves, and more. And who knows, you might even hear you. That's the Ron Peterson Show, daily at noon, right here on WQEE 99.1 FM.
Hey, sports fans. Weekdays, 3 p.m. Eastern to 5 p.m. Eastern. Drive time on WQEE.
Thank you,
Braves Country,
Mac.
Southern Sports Talk Show. Mac McGee and the Armchair Quarterbacks. That's Braves Country.
Jesus
Mac
Christ.
McGee and the Armchair Quarterbacks.
There's no way that this
Weekdays,
should be
3 p.m. to
messing
5
up.
p.m. Right here on WQEE 99.1 FM.
Shenyang Performing Arts invites you to travel to the magic world of ancient China. Experience a lost culture brought to life with incredible classical Chinese dance, magical scenery.
Sorry about this, guys. I got to do this. This is important.
Coming to the River Center for Columbus-GA.
Woo, woo, woo! Oh, I'm saved by the bell. Welcome back in. Come on out of that penalty box, ladies and gentlemen. 3 periods of nonstop play of sports, entertainment, and news, and more. It's RyanORadio Penitentiary here in lockdown with us on this Major News Monday. We're live everywhere you need to be, all over the YouTube page, as well as our Facebook pages, our Spreaker.com, RyanORadio page, Shoutcast, radio stations everywhere, East Alabama, West Georgia, the Navajo Nation, and more. We're worldwide. We're everywhere you need to be. We're kind of like MasterCard, except for we don't give you that extra charge. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get into it. It's time for us to get into it. It's about 36 minutes past the hour radio news time, 31 degrees, time and temperature brought to you by Active Pest Control. Let's take a look at some of the headlines coming straight out of Israel. Israel conducts an airstrike on a car carrying a journalist from Al-Qaeda. Also, high-ranking TSA officer arrested for forgery. Death toll rises to nearly 23,000 as the Israel war with Hamas continues. And with those stories and more coming up for you, let's jump into it. U.S. Secretary Anthony Blinken kicked off a Middle Eastern diplomatic push on Saturday, meeting with Turkey's president as the war with Hamas is threatened to expand to that region with the conflict continuing. In his meeting, he discussed the war and what the crisis was in Gaza, including food and water and stuff to that sort, and Sweden's NATO process and what they can do to get this moving forward. We told you the death toll, ladies and gentlemen, in Gaza has risen to 23,000. Protests continue across the world over the weekend, the first weekend of 2024, as Israel's Hamas war conflict continues. In Ireland, thousands of people demonstrated across island nations Saturday and Sunday in support of the Palestinians, with the largest protest both being in Belfast and Cork. The Irish have dropped to have a deep connection with the Palestinians for having living under a British occupation, I should say, for centuries since the 1920s, and became an independence of Republican of Ireland after that. Many people in Northern Ireland, which remain a part of the United Kingdom, still seek independence from Britain. Because of this, the Irish have held a routine demonstrations throughout Israel's war in support of Palestinians and condemning Israel for violence that has left nearly 23,000 people dead in Gaza. This is what the Irish News Organization said, according to the leader of the Irish Nation Teacher Organization Union, Mark McTaggart. He said, we look at what happened in our country during the time when there was unrest. Education was the last hope for most of the people. It was the schools and the school teachers from across the north which kept our children safe, and schools were seen as places of safety. Those chances and those life changes are being taken away from the youth across the Palestinian area. They're calling for a boycott. It's hard to even speak about this because it's emotional, so emotional. This is like witnessing the worst human rights destruction of our times. In the United States, protesters have broke out in Seattle, blocking traffic on a major interstate highway for hours, causing 6-mile backup. The Seattle Times reported this. Protesters condemned President Joe Biden for being quick to give Israel money for bombs, while he fails to address the student debt and house crisis. He's already did that. The other side didn't like it. And he's already took care of that. Look, man, come on. The uneducated. I'm not going to pay attention to anything about what the conspiracy theorists online tell me, Bob. That's right, Bob. That's right. That's what I think of anybody that is on either side of the aisle that can't make up their own mind. Meanwhile, it revealed Sunday that Israel conducted an airstrike on vehicles carrying 2 journalists. Dozens of reporters have been killed by Israel during this time. Man, this is a thing, Israel did tell these people to get out initially. We do support Israel and the United States. No one wants to see women and children dead, period. And but the issue, ladies and gentlemen, is people are not educating themselves on this. People quit school when they were 16 or 17, most of them. Or if they went to school, they were not, in this day and time, they're not being taught government history and all the proper stuff that we were taught, and then or even black history. Not even being taught black history. It was offered as a class when I was growing up. Now people want to fuss about it. I don't understand. But people are not learning things. They're not educating. Some of these people just learned dates and went on about their business, and they don't know. Israel and Palestine. Israel has been at war. This has been going over a plot of land for a number of years. It's been in the Bible for those of you that read the Bible, that are believers, and those of you that aren't believers, go ahead and read the Bible anyway, jabronis. But this thing has been going on forever. This is a war that's been going on for years, and it's not like this is brand new. I understand. We don't want to see people die. And why are you coming on and off, folks? Stay with us there on YouTube. Got a lot of people on the Facebook page and stuff. Stay on the YouTube, guys. Come on. You can get in there and talk if you want to. Anyway, let's get back to it. I mean, people were dying. Innocent people were dying. This war. These terrorists attacked. What you not understand, these terrorists came in and attacked a group of kids having fun at a festival. You know what I'm saying? Having fun at a festival. Having fun at well, thank you for the likes. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, guys. We're on the YouTube as well this morning. Good morning to Gail joining us on YouTube. Gail is with us this morning from Tennessee, northern part of Nashville. Do you guys got snow there? Just wanted to know. Anyway, so they continue to move forward there. It's 20 minutes away from the top of the hour. Can you believe it? We're holding at 31 degrees in the Atlanta area. Woohoo, woohoo, wow. We're going to take a break, come back here in just a few moments. Andrew Polanis. Hey, cutie, she says. What's up, my lovely bride, coming on with us. And we got more still to come this morning on this edition of your favorite radio show, the RyanORadio Penitentiary. We're on the Shoutcast, Shout It Out Loud. We're on the RyanORadio media page via the Spreaker. We're all across the Navajo Nation. We're across the Jordan Communication and Family Radio stations, British Columbia Isles, and we're also on the WQEE Key YouTube page, Facebook page, and Ryan O'Neill page, and RyanORadio Penitentiary page. Man, we're everywhere you need to be. We're kind of like MasterCard, except for one thing. We don't charge you that extra fee. Coming back in a moment, we're going to close out this period. I got a couple of things to talk about. Elon Musk still this morning. We're going to talk about him and his X rant when he was high as you know what. And ladies and gentlemen, I guess I'll drop a Golden Globe here and there. We've got a lot of stuff in store for you. Inside the Coaches Corner coming up in the final period, we're going to be talking about the college football playoff tonight between Michigan and Washington. I know it's a snooze fest for SEC fans, but we'll get into that. Plus, the Falcons got rid of their head coach. We told you this at the top of the hour. That was our top news story this morning. Head coach Arthur Smith is gone out of Atlanta. He's been kicked through the goalpost out of Atlanta. It's Black Monday, as they like to call it. A lot of coaches and a lot of changes and shake-up in the NFL after Week 18. Yeah, the wild card weekend's coming up this weekend. We got more in store for you. Stay with us.
Wishbone Fried Chicken is back in a brand new
Share a like on the WQEE Key page.
Here in Newnan. Same great taste, the best chicken around. Fish dinners, open Monday through Saturday, 10:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's Wishbone Fried Chicken right next door to their former location, bringing you the best chicken around. So great. Wishbone Fried Chicken, 31 Jackson Street, Suite A, here in Newnan.
Shopping for insurance doesn't have to be stressful. I'm Christy, owner of Ellsworth Insurance, located here in Newnan, Georgia. We're an independent agency with access to multiple carriers for home, auto, life, health, and commercial insurance. We're your one-stop shop for your insurance needs. www.insurewithellsworth.com, 770-755-7053. We look forward to meeting you soon.
This is Margie from Connecting Hearts Network. I'd like you to take just a moment and listen to Linda Kirkpatrick explain to you what Family Patterns Matters is all about.
Family Patterns Matter works with youth and their families to help overcome barriers that prevent their success. We meet twice a month with mentoring, tutoring, teaching life skills, resilience, gratitude, and kindness. We also bring music and art therapy. Please visit our website at www.familypatternsmatter.org.
I am Apostle Deborah Harris, Pastor Apostle of Kingdom Connected Ministries International at 121 Hillwood Circle, Newnan, Georgia.
Tell her to go up, get his own.
Connecting kingdom citizens, kingdom businesses, and advancing the kingdom of God in this hour. Join us each Tuesday at 10 o'clock a.m. with guests who are sharing their faith, business, and ministry.
What is good? 99.1 WQEE The Key. We got the hottest new show coming to you live, the Jet Stream. Tune in every Saturday on your 9 a.m. morning drive.
That's right, the Florida boys on the radio station. Welcome back in to RyanORadio Penitentiary. What's up, everybody? What's going on? It is a TGIM Major News Monday for you. We're going to get you some more on the Epstein's list. I know you guys are ecstatic and ready for that, right? And I called a lot of this already. I told it like it was. And a comedian named Cat Williams, that I'm not very much into his comedy, but I respect him as a man. I got to respect him as a man. He did a recent interview with former football star and former ESPN sports analyst Shannon Sharpe. And it's straight up, no conspiracy theories, no lizard people, no popping the horse pills, none of that BS. He just came out and said, hey man, it's God's people against the others. And that's it. And he's like, there's people out there in the world that want to take advantage of you in this business. And he just kind of backed me up for things I've been saying for years. Like, what's wrong with you, Ryan? Why didn't you sell out? Well, he didn't sell out either. So, you know, as far as his comedy, I really don't like him. I really, well, no, I don't say, let me take that. I don't say I don't like him. I just don't appreciate his style of comedy. I'm not into it. I appreciate him working hard in what he does. I appreciate him as a man. I appreciate him as someone that's standing up for reality and not bringing in conspiracy theories and make-believe imaginary things, flat earth, BS and stuff and everything, and bringing in imaginary conspiracy theories just to say, well, you know, the reason I'm down is because of all the lizard people and stuff. He didn't do that. You know, he just told the truth like it was. He brought up Chris Tucker and said that Michael Jackson used to call Chris Tucker Christmas. And he said that Christmas had, before it was, when he was Smokey, Christmas was Smokey, but after that he became a member on the list. That's right. He told it like it was. Like, if you wanted to make it, certain people were like, I can give you $50 million if you do this. And he's like, no, I'm not doing that. See, told you like it was. All right. Check out that full interview on somewhere on the YouTube or wherever. It's Shannon Sharp, the former ESPN sports analyst and football star, interviewing the comedian Cat Williams. Like I said, I'm not big on his comedic style, but I do respect him as a man and standing up in this world that's kind of weird. All right, let's jump into it, ladies and gentlemen. A Florida woman in jail on murder charges since 2022 is pregnant, and they're probably in an investigation of possible rape or sexual assault. What? The 28-year-old woman, Daisy Link, is being held at the Turner Night Correction Center there in Miami-Dade County in Miami, Florida, since 2022. When she was charged with second-degree murder, her lawyers could say that Link fired a single shot at her partner to protect herself from domestic violence incident. That could be true. The case has not yet gone to trial. According to CBS News, one of our affiliates, we don't know what's going to happen to her, but we do know Daisy should not be 4 months pregnant. What? That's according to her sister. Her sister also said that Daisy had called her from the jail to tell her she was pregnant and had been sexually assaulted, but the hospital never tried to give my sister a rape treatment. She said her sister did not name the man who attacked her either. What? This stuff does happen in jail. This stuff does happen. Look, there's people on that list that you guys don't want to believe is on that list. I've been telling you. Certain Republican people that you want to still defend. And all that good stuff. So I can believe this might happen. The care, the safety, and everything of all in our custody remains our top priority, said correctional officials there at the Miami-Dade County Correction Facility. They told CBS News, while there is no evidence of sexual battery against our inmate at this time, the circumstances surrounding the pregnancy are currently under investigation. Yeah, how can another woman get a woman pregnant? Didn't we decide that couldn't happen? Which is reality, but some male correction officer took advantage of this woman. No. According to her sister, she said, her sister's name's Crystal. According to Crystal, she said, my sister is a human being. She deserves a right to due process. She deserves a right for this to be investigated. And that unborn child also deserves a fighting chance and for medical care and to be properly cared for. Meanwhile, her lawyer dismissed reports that Lynx became pregnant by a male inmate passing his, semen to her through an air duct, which is not true. That can't happen. Even so, no matter how you slice this for them, at the end of the day, they are at fault for her pregnancy, according to this. Wow, this is something I never even heard of. It is Florida. Florida man. Florida man, Florida women. Wow. Can you believe this kind of crap is going on? How in the world, ladies and gentlemen, did this happen? What in the heck? Don't be. I don't know why the thing don't stay in, you guys. All right. Wait a second. You got to wait a second on the YouTube and everything. And make sure it's plugged in. Keeps falling out. All right, let's get back to it. Here's what happened. Also, officials are not doing enough to investigate what happened. They told NBC News that when Link had tried telling jail officials she was pregnant, they mocked her and suggested she got pregnant by aliens. Aliens come down here and got you pregnant, girl. That's right, boy. That's right, boy. That's right, boy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Wow. Wow. Look, I don't care what she's done as far as like killing or murder, if she did it on purpose, or if she did it on protection or whatever. You women need to stand up for this. We need to all stand up for this. Somebody did something wrong and then making fun of her, saying she was impregnated by aliens. And the reason they said that is because they know they're in a facility with all women on one side, all men on the other side, and they don't mingle. This is not a society thing. They don't mingle. You got pregnant by alien. Gotta make fun of stupid people. All right, when we get ready back here in just a few moments, ladies and gentlemen, we'll get into period number 2 right on the network. We've got a few things to talk about. We'll get you more on the Epstein's list, investigation into the house fire that happened to a wide receiver's house and what happened there in Miami. We told you about it on Friday. Also, former Colorado officials set for a 14-month prison date for Elijah McClain. And there was an argument between Lauren Boebert and her ex-husband. Supposedly she hit him and everything. Wow, what a person that represents Congress, right? These stories and more, including Elon Musk getting high as a mofo online, back in a moment.
That will keep it going through 2024. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer and Speaker of the House Mike Johnson made a joint announcement of the nearly $1.7 trillion deal on Sunday. The spending agreement will reportedly keep a number of domestic and social programs funded despite GOP calls for extreme budget cuts. The head of the National Rifle Association is stepping down. Lisa Taylor has more.
Wayne LaPierre announced his decision to resign just days before his civil trial in New York is set to begin. New York Attorney General Letitia James has accused LaPierre and other current and former NRA leaders of violating nonprofit laws. In a statement, LaPierre said he will never stop supporting the NRA and its fight to defend Second Amendment freedom.
Tesla
That's right. Get that gun, boss, so you can shoot somebody.
Another major recall impacting Elon Musk's electric vehicle company on Friday. Jim Forbes reports.
This time around,
gotta go hang out the island.
6 million electric vehicles exported to China are being recalled. The recall involves Tesla's Model 3, Model S, Model X, and Model Y vehicles, with China's state officials warning drivers can, quote, misuse a driving assistance feature that ultimately could increase the risk of a crash. This comes 1 month after Tesla recalled millions of vehicles sold in the U.S. in order to fix
I gotta get some of these news stories.
to ensure drivers are paying attention when in autopilot mode.
Moviegoers apparently prefer swimming in chocolate over swimming at night. Wonka edged the suspense film Night Swim to claim the top spot at the box office for the second straight week and third time in its 4 weeks of release. Wonka took in an estimated $14.4 million, while Night Swim opened with $12 million. Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom and Migration both topped the $10 million mark and each dropped a spot to third and fourth respectively. Anyone But You came within $500,000 of joining the $10 million club, but stayed in fifth place. Consumer and Business News, Aaron Real, NBC News Radio.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, still to come this morning. Hey, we're going to talk about them top 10 movies tomorrow with Shane B in the final period of play. Still to come this morning, we'll talk about Elon Musk, the Epstein list, and Lauren Boebert's ex called the cops after a physical fight in public on Saturday night. We'll talk about their ex. I don't know what happened with her. I mean, a few months back, Lauren Boebert was sitting in a theater of a production of Beetlejuice with a date, and they were all handsy on each other. I mean, she was so handsy on him that why does it keep coming out? All right, if this thing goes dead, it's not my fault, guys. It's the fault of things falling. I'm talking to my people on YouTube. Anyway, back to what I was saying. A few months ago, she, Miss Lauren Boebert, was handsy with a date. And then she goes, "He was a Democrat." All them damn Democrats just mess with them damn Republicans that way. Well, what's her excuse for her husband and her hitting her husband, her ex-husband? He pissed her off. And no, she don't know who her baby daddy is, right? You know, her mom used to be what they call a ring rat. So her mom used to run around and date, you know, the wrestlers from 1980, the Midnight Express, Stan Lane, during the Ric Flair time, during the Four Horsemen time, the Barry Windham time. Woo! Yep, woo! Lauren Boebert looks more like Jim Cornette. Oh, sorry, Jim. Oh, my goodness. But we'll talk about her and her crazy self this morning as we get into the crazy Congress. We'll get into crazy. I'm going to do this new feature, Crazy Congress, and I'm going to start picking people on both sides of the aisle. Crazy Congress coming up this morning on this edition of the RyanORadio Penitentiary. Back in a moment.
That sounds like something to look into, and that's Medishare. Maybe you've heard switching to Medishare to pay for healthcare can save the typical family $500 a month. And that's huge, but it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch, too. The customer satisfaction rate for Medishare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. Medishare works. It's been around for more than a quarter century, and members have shared more than $3 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So, yeah, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, very, very smart use of 2 minutes.
Sorry, guys. I'm just checking things to make sure I'm up and going. The internet's perfect this morning for a change.
WQEE 99.1 FM, The Key, Noonan, Sharpsburg, Franklin, LaGrange.
NBC News Radio. I'm Trey Thomas. President Biden says the bipartisan funding deal announced Sunday will bring the government closer to stopping a needless government shutdown. Chris Coraggio reports.
Biden released a statement saying that it will protect important national priorities, adding that congressional Republicans must now do their job. Sunday, congressional leaders announced a budget agreement that will keep the government funded through 2024. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer and Speaker of the House Mike Johnson made a joint announcement of the nearly $1.7 trillion deal. The spending agreement will reportedly keep a number of domestic and social programs funded, despite GOP calls for extreme budget cuts. I'm Chris Coraggio.
The National Transportation Safety Board is investigating a pressurization warning light on an Alaska Airlines flight from Portland that had a door plug blow out on Friday. NTSB Chair Jennifer Homendy says the light came on 3 times over the last few weeks.
The light illuminated, they flipped it, they reported it, it was tested by maintenance and then reset.
Investigators don't know if there was a connection between the warning light and the door plug that was blown out. A former GOP
For those of you tuning in, trying to speak to me on the Facebook or whatever, go to our YouTube page, WQEE Key. That's WQEE Key, and you can log in there and chat this morning too. We're sending everything off from YouTube to all the other social medias.
The Center for the Study of Hate and Extremism at California State University reported last week that 2023 saw an increase of almost 13%, largely because of anti-Jewish and anti-Muslim attacks related to the ongoing war in Gaza. You're listening to NBC News Radio.
Hi, Lisa Wolf to tell you that the 5-hour Hollywood 360 show and the 30-minute Radio Rarities podcast can be emailed to you every Monday via digital download link that never expires. That's 24 classic radio shows per month, plus the games, celebrity interviews, music trivia, and much more. Listen to Hollywood 360 and Radio Rarities whenever you'd like. Visit Hollywood360radio.com to subscribe. That's Hollywood360radio.com.
Where can you be a star athlete and a math superstar? Where can you prepare for graduate school or your dream job and make friends for the journey? Where can you challenge your mind and inspire your soul? Experience a transforming education at LaGrange College, one of the South's most affordable, highly ranked institutions. Learn more at lagrange.edu.
Shaver
Performing Arts invites you to travel to the magic world of ancient China. Experience a lost culture brought to life with incredible classical Chinese dance, magical scenery, and soul-stirring music. Coming to Atlanta Symphony Hall, January 5th through 14th. Tickets at shenyan.com/Atlanta or call 877-285-7469.
Sweetland on Ice, LaGrange, Georgia's family-friendly winter extravaganza, November 17th through February 11th. Magical movie nights, food truck Friday nights beginning in December. Weather updates, hour changes on the Facebook at Sweetland on Ice or Instagram at Sweetland on Ice Official. For party information, booking information, and come on out for free just to hang out, contact Lizzie at sweetlandamp.com. Lizzie at sweetlandamp.com.
Nick Arnold here from Cowie to Force. Cowie to Force is Newman's own addiction recovery support center. We exist to provide recovery support services for individuals and family members who have been impacted by addiction. Our services are no cost, and all of our information is available on our website at www.cowitoforce.org or follow us on Facebook.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rod Peterson here, host of The Rod Peterson Show, inviting you to join us daily for 2 hours of Atlanta's funnest sports talk right here on WQEE. I say fun.
We're getting ready to go into period number 2.
You'll like it because we make the listeners a part of the show every day between noon and 2 p.m. Eastern. You'll hear plenty of the best sports talk, including the latest on the Falcons, the Braves, and more. And who knows, you might even hear you. That's the Rod Peterson Show, daily at noon, right here on WQEE 99.1 FM.
Yo, what up, New Georgia? This is Paul Lane. This is your captain speaking. Part of your new Saturday morning crew. Come fly with us on the jet stream with non-stop service to weekend shenanigans with my co-host, DJ Queso. Woo!
The views and opinions of this show and program are not the views and opinions of this station, its management, or its clientele.
All right, we're going to do it once more.
What is he, man?
And this time, no mistakes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good morning. Good morning. It's great to stay up late. Good morning. Good morning to you. When the band began to play, the stars were shining bright.
But now the milkman's on his way. It's too late to say goodnight.
So say good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Here we go. Here we go. You got that right. Thank you, DJ Commando. It is that time once again. It's a straight edge independent skeptic bringing you everything that you need to know. Real news, real sports, real everything. We tell it like it is. We don't tell you what you want to hear. I say, tell me when I'm telling lies. It is your favorite radio show, and you're in lockdown right now with me. Who am I? It's RyanORadio Penitentiary host, the one and the only Ryan O'Neill. And no doubt about it, I'm the game. 50,000 plus of you worldwide on that Shoutcast, shout it out loud. Across that RyanORadio media page on Spreaker that never fails me. Across Earth, Rock, Radio, New Mexico, Arizona, and the Navajo Nation. We're across the British Columbia Isles of Canada, and finally across East Alabama, West Georgia's Jordan Communication and Family Radio Station, 99.1 FM, WQEE The Key, home of Southern sports, inspirational talk, and the heartbeat of Atlanta. We're live also on the WQEE Key YouTube page, Facebook page, and the Ryan O'Neill and RyanORadio Penitentiary Facebook pages. We're across all social media sites. We're here with you. And to my haters, well, I just got one thing to say to you. Listen up. That's right. Whether they like it or not, I am the man around here. Whether they like it or not, I'm the man around here. Straight edge independent skeptic, telling it like it is. We're about 8 minutes past the hour. Radio news time. It's 31 degrees in the Atlanta area. Rain is in the forecast for Atlanta tonight and beyond. We'll tell you forecast or have that outlook for you within the hour. Plus, tell you what's going on with your traffic. We've got a few other things going on. We're going to talk about a few things going on. Golden Globes is going to be in our top news stories, including what's going on, ladies and gentlemen, with Lauren Boebert, the representative from Colorado who's moving from one district to another. But that's not the big story. She got into a tussle with her ex on Saturday night at a restaurant. I guess they decided to give it a second chance or something. I don't know. We'll talk about Lauren Boebert with the Crazy Crazy Congress segment of the morning right here on the RyanORadio Penitentiary. You're in lockdown with us. 3 periods of nonstop play. We're inside the second period, and we appreciate you guys being with us. We're going to put you in lockdown. That's right. Also, we'll talk a little bit more about the Epstein's list and investigation to go into a house fire that happened at a Miami home in Miami-Dade County, where a wide receiver for the Miami Dolphins had to come home from a practice to find his home engulfed in flames. And we'll talk about how that began, according to the fire marshals there. And no one's being charged. We'll tell you why. And ladies and gentlemen, fire. Speaking of fire. I'm giving from a buckle. Speaking of fire, Beavis is going to be all fired up today because of it, because the Falcons fired Arthur Smith heading into his 3rd season. And we'll give you a little wrestling wrap up from over the weekend, ladies and gents. That's right, ladies and gents. Or ladies and gents, or I should say ladies and jerks. Woo! And if you can want to follow us and speak to us, come to our YouTube page, WQEE The Key. We are live on YouTube this morning as well. We're taking this show worldwide again. And you got to take it worldwide to be what we got to do. What's up, my bunch? Jimmy Rebunko. Fire. I want to hear all the fire stories. Calm down, Beavis. Calm down. You'll get all the fire stories when they come to you. Don't worry about it. All right, let's jump into some headline news this morning right here on the network. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the Navajo Nation is protesting a planned delivery of human remains to the moon as a part of an unmanned lunar launch scheduled for later today. The statement issued on Friday that the plans to deliver the cremated remains and DNA of 66 individuals on a lunar lander that's going to be heading to the moon is, according to the Navajo Nation, disrespectful to the moon, who the Navajo Nation considers a sacred site. The company that's doing it says, man, we ain't trying to make them there, man. I tell you what, it ain't disrespectful. Just like when we came and stole their land, it wasn't disrespectful. Sweetly's like, you're right, Ryan. You're right. Thank you. Sue says, preach on, brother. Bobby says, only Ryan tells it like it is. Thank you, my friends on the Navajo Nation. Also, in other news this morning, ladies and gentlemen, Saved by the Bell and Hunter star Christian Oliver, along with his 10 and 11-year-old daughters, passed away with a pilot in a plane crash. He was a star of the Saved by the Bell New Class 1994 edition. No other details have come out about the crash and everything. Also, ladies and gentlemen, let's head into this to let you know the FBI on Saturday arrested 3 more fugitives in Florida charged with a connection to the January 6th riots at the Capitol on January 6, 2020. Jonathan Pollock, Olivia Michelle Pollock, and Joseph Daniel Hutchinson III were all arrested at a ranch in Groverland, Florida. FBI did not detail any ways how the 3 were arrested. All 3 will appear in court today. A Florida venue decided to cancel an event that featured Marjorie Taylor Greene as she was going to commemorate the deadly riots and attacks on the U.S. Capitol January 6th this past Saturday. It was going to be at the Westgate Resorts in Kismore down there in Florida, just a little city on the outskirts there of where, actually that's where Disneyland and Universal Studios and all that stuff is there. Well, they decided that, this is not a very good idea. People, super VIPs, paid $1,000 to be a part of this event, and it was a private briefing. Well, what kind of private briefing was it going to be? Were they going to talk about how they're going to go for something? I don't know. What's going on with this private briefing? Go, Patriots, man, Patriots! I'm not going to get into that. A California woman dead and 3 others were injured as in a part of a hit and run accident caused by the same driver that hit near, and now that's Disney World down in Florida, but Disneyland in Anaheim, California. The driver remains unknown, but police say that it was a male driver that hit the four unknowing victims at the time. I guess he was trying to get in to see Mickey Mouse that bad. I gotta see Mickey, man. Gotta see Mickey and Donald, man. Come on. Gonna hit people. Wow. We're gonna go to Colorado, man. Dude, in just a few moments. But first, let's talk about the Golden Globes. Did you guys go watch it last night? No, me either. And there's people out there that liked it and everything, but yeah, I was not interested. But I'll give Oppenheimer a clap on the hand, being one of the best movies of the year and winning. Along with Succession, Beef and the Bear, I don't even know what that is, and Barbie were the big winners of the Golden Globes last night. Clint Murphy won the Globe for Best Actor in Drama Film, and Christopher Nolan picked up one for Best Director, both for Oppenheimer. Okay. Credit where credit's due there. Also, Robert Downey Jr. summed up the movie's success when he accepted his prize for Best Supporting Actor in the film. He said, sweeping story about a dilemma of nuclear war grossed $1 billion. Does that track? No. Now, people wanted to see it because they were tired of all the other stuff. Robert Downey Jr. is not understanding how the rest of the world's just like fed up with Hollywood's, as my friend Shane B on Tuesdays called woke. You're like, right, what side of the aisle you're on? I'm an independent, by the way. I'll let everybody speak their minds. But, there you go. Yeah, there was a lot of and some of the films, best film scores and this, that, and the other. One of the biggest things, I think a comedian there, or so-called comedian, tried to make a joke about Taylor Swift. It didn't go over too well. It was kind of like Taylor Swift, that NFL was happy that she wasn't there and was at the Golden Globes or something. Nobody laughed. You guys really want to mess with Swifties? Come on. Really? Really you want to mess with Swifties? They're more dangerous than anything. The Swifties will take out all the Karens and the Chads out there. Whew. Yep, he thought it was going to be funny. Of course, Taylor Swift had that movie that took #1 spot last year. I guess she got some kind of award for it. It was a concert footage and everything. But, hey. Whatever. Barbie won Best Box Office Achievement. Best Original Song went to Billie Eilish for What Was I Made For? I don't know what you were made for. I don't know, Billie. Of course, Emma Stone collected a trophy for Best Actress, Comedian in Poor Things. And a rundown of everything is on the WQEE Key page, so you can read every single thing that went on last night. If you did not check it out. If you did, hey, good for you. If you didn't, hey, good for you as well. What? What does that mean, Ryan? I don't know. It's just what it means. Let's head to Colorado, where the mountains are high and so are most of the people. Former Colorado officials say that an official is going to be in 14 months in prison, sentencing 14 months in prison over the death of Elijah McClain. A former Colorado officer has been sentenced to that. Randy Rowe DeMa has all the way up to March 22nd, ladies and gentlemen, to report to the Adams County Sheriff's Detention and Brighton, Colorado, to begin serving his sentence for the criminal neglect, homicide, and third-degree assault of the 23-year-old victim who died from heart failure after being injected with some kind of ejection there when he was arrested. I don't think that was a very good idea to do that. Let's do it. Got to understand people were high always there, just kind of like the mountain. And speaking of high, let's talk about Lauren Boebert. Don't talk about it, man. You gonna make somebody there mad, man. What you gonna make somebody mad? I'm a straight edge independent skeptic. I got 2 words for you. Don't care. All right. Representative Lauren Boebert, who's moving out of her district to another district. It makes sense that she wants to move out of this district to another district, part of it because of her ex-husband. Makes kind of sense. But she punched in the new year with yet another public outgoing that's gone haywire. The Colorado Republican 37 allegedly socked her ex-husband in the face after the two practically came to blows at a restaurant in Saturday evening. The representative denied punching Jason Boebert, but there's a big black eye on his. I didn't hit him. Well, her daddy was probably a wrestler, so I don't know why her ex-husband thinks he could get into it with it. I mean, her mama don't know who her daddy really is, but her daddy is ex-wrestler because her mama was a ring rat. So I tell you what, I don't know if I want to get in a fight with Lauren. I just don't know. I wouldn't do it. Anyway, she denied punching Jason, that he was not pursuing charges after he allegedly called local police and a victim of domestic violence. This is a sad situation for all that keeps escalating, and another reason I'm moving, says Boebert in a statement. According to a local NBC affiliate, I didn't punch Jason in the face. No one was arrested. I was talking with my lawyer about the false claims he made against me and my legal options. Now, if he didn't do it, if she didn't do it, then why is he being a jack? You know what? But if she did do it, I can believe it because her daddy is a wrestler. I don't know which one he is, but he is a wrestler. Boebert's aide told the Daily Beast that Jason Boebert made an aggressive move towards her, and she put her hands in his face to put her hands on his nose. Now, look, that's called punching somebody, Lauren. No, it's not. I got mad at him and pushed him out of my face and I punched him. What were they doing together anyway? They're divorced, right? Are they trying to get back together? What was going on? They were getting drunk together. We know a few months back at Beetlejuice, she had another date with some bar owner that she had included some fun with. She was very hands-on with him during this event, vaping and being very annoying during the play, while other upscale, classy people are like, we are trying to watch Beetlejuice with our children. She's like, no, man, come on over here. I'm grabbing him by you know what? She got it from the party. Grab him by you know what? I don't know. Also, that was months ago, but Lauren Boebert, supposedly, Jason said that he called the police because he's a victim of domestic violence because she hit him in the nose. She knocked me, made me bleed. Now I'm not so pretty anymore. During the night out at a Miners Claim restaurant, which is in her district, Jason allegedly began being disrespectful and started growing lewd and was being a-ho, according to the aide. Oh, yes. That's words that high-class people really use. And people in Congress should be, crazy Congress, should be using a-hos and dropping F-bombs and S-bombs makes us highly educated. Only if you're going to see Cat Williams out and in a comedy club. But if you're a congressperson or on a broadcast or something, dropping that stuff makes you an idiot. Tell him, Cat Williams. Anyway, Jason told the Denver Post that he phoned the local police there Sunday morning to tell them that he doesn't want to press charges. I don't want nothing to happen. Her and I were working through our difficult conversations. I don't want everybody to know that my ex-wife beat my butt. Told you she's a wrestler's daughter. She's going to lay the smackdown on your candy ass. They tied the knot in mid-20s, mid-2000s, and divorced in 2023 over differences. He said, it was a heavy weight on my heart that I had filed she said, it was a heavy weight on my heart to file divorce for my husband at the time. I am grateful for our years of marriage together and our beautiful children. He cut the interview short what happened between him and his wife. Okay, there we go. We should be filming this stuff for television. This should be the next, because this is more interesting than keeping up with the Kardashians. Come on. This is good reality TV. Keep it up with the Boberts. Forget Chris Lee Knows Best. Keeping up with the Kardashians. No, man, I want to see Jason and Lauren and they're fighting. Come on. Mama trying to find out who the baby daddy, her mama trying to find out who her baby daddy is. Not Stan Lane, but find out some professional wrestler it is and bring his name. Great reality show. I can make this happen. Give me a call, Lord. Jason, we'll make you reality stars. Quit being in Congress. It's just not working out for you, but reality star, come on. Ron, you're made. You're made. You pick on everybody. That's right. And if you're tuning in for the first time seeing this show, I mess with everybody. I don't have a filter on that. All right, we got some sports news coming up for you in just a few moments as we continue to move forward. Let's do this one, ladies and gentlemen. We'll do that going into the next hour. But we got a couple more news stories I want to get into. George Owens, not Kevin Owens, not kin to Kevin Owens, not KO, of Leeds, Alabama, was arrested Thursday after crashing his car outside a Bass Pro Shop, stripping to the nude and diving into their gigantic aquarium. Owens didn't take the Alabama lost to Michigan too well, did he? He was taken to a mental health evaluation and then booked into St. Clair County Jail for doing the deep dive. Elon Musk, former members, boards of directors of SpaceX and board members of Tesla are concerned about Elon Musk's illegal drug use. Of course, he was on Joe Rogan trying to smoke a little marijuana. Tell us again why white people shouldn't smoke marijuana there, Sweet Leaf from the Navajo Nation. So he says, you guys are all crazy off the Navajo Nation. None of you need to be smoking it because you see lizard people. Navajo Nation telling the truth. I'm going to go get them for telling us this ain't real, man. Elon Musk is board is kind of, they're concerned because if he really screws up, it could mess up all of them's job. Well, he was on Joe Rogan one time, which I guess nobody's really watching anymore. Joe Rogan one time smoking a marijuana, which is starting to change on the Spotify because with our friends in the FCC taking a look at YouTube, Facebook, and everything, including streaming, everybody's having to straighten up a little bit. Jesus Christ. You mean we can't be making up lies? No, you can't be making up lies. Musk has often been known to use cocaine, LSD, and psychedelic mushrooms. And at one time, he got on X and said something about the brand, and I don't know what it was. Tesla members have talked among themselves about his drug use. They believe Musk was high when he tweeted out the electric car maker's private information in 2018, which led to an SEC investigation, $40 million, and Musk had to resign as the chairperson of that company. I'll tell you what. Man, we're going to go. No wonder X was not really a great place to go. Man, it's all right for them Nazis to be on there. Hey, man, give me. Come on. Yeah. I wonder if Elon Musk has ever went to the islands. Aloha, 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 aloha. Of course, he's never had, if he agrees with me politically, ain't none of these people ever been there. I mean, just because most of them's wives are young enough to be there, and they're old enough to do that. And my grandpa married my grandma when he was 28 and she was 13. That was all right back in the day. But man, they weren't pedophiles. Just people on the upper side are. I don't want you to say that about Elon. I didn't say he was. Nobody said he was. I said I wonder if he went to an island. I didn't say which island, did I? You can't beat me. All right, it's time for our most valuable smiles road report. Just a couple of hours ride from Noonan to historic downtown Eden. The perfect smile is for you, you, and you in historic downtown Eden. A drive away from East Alabama and West Georgia. The most valuable smiles road report now.
Not only cares about your teeth, but is friendly to work with. How about one that offers great deals and new patient promotions? Well, your search is over. Most Valuable Smiles in downtown Eatonton, Georgia is committed to giving you the biggest and brightest smile. Right now, get a $99 new patient special, including x-rays and exam. Maybe you're looking for veneers. Most Valuables is set by the new year, and to avoid losing that extra money, you need to use it or lose it. Book an appointment today with Most Valuable Smiles in downtown Eatonton. Lock in these exclusive deals. Call 706-623-0318.
No. All right, we're going to take a look at what's going on with your traffic. If my computer doesn't pop up, hey, virus protection, please do this. No, we don't need to do that, McAfee. I've only got you. You had to do it right when I was getting ready to do this, right? Thank you, McAfee. All right, Cobb Parkway. A crash near Cobb Parkway. Delays all the way up to about 10 or 15 more minutes. In Gwinnett County, I-85 Beaver Run Road, near exit 102, still slow down a little bit up to 8:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're also in Cherokee County, crash I-575 southbound near 6 Road. That's exit 11, ladies and germs, as we head in delays into Canton this morning to another 10 or 15 minutes. Cobb County, icy spot in Cobb Parkway 41 near 3rd Army. Be careful, there's black ice, and that's going to be around that area. They're hoping it melts around 8:48 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. In East Point, there's a crash at times there in the right lane near southbound right between there and Camp Creek Parkway, which is exit 2. Lingering delays for another 10 or 15 minutes. No issues in Bullsboro, as well as Lower Fayetteville Road and Popular Road. It's looking good in front of the station. Jackson Street, heading down LaGrange Street, looking good towards the high school, looking towards Greenville Street, down the Interstate 85 southbound Grantville, Hogansville, and Lutherville, all looking good this morning. Nothing in LaGrange as well, and heading into Valley, it's all fine. If you see something else, please shoot us an email at 99classicrock@gmail.com. That's 99classicrock@gmail.com. 99classicrock@gmail.com. Put it in there. Ladies and gentlemen, WQEE News Hound. News, weather, traffic, events, sport events, community events, and more coming up for you. Like this event tomorrow, January 9th. It's going to be 6 to 7 p.m. live on all social media sites. It's our fatherhood conversation virtually for you. Driver's license reinstatement services officer, child support services, GED enrollment, job training, job placement, volunteer work opportunities, and more. For further details, call 706-315-6454. Marvin Broadwater Sr. or Mr. Walker at 917-977-1641. That is the Fatherhood in partnership with the Georgia State organization Omega Frat is bringing it to you. There you go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're taking a break. You and I will be right back after this break. It's 33 minutes past the hour. Radio news time, 31 degrees in the metro Atlanta. Time and temperature brought to you by our friends at Active Pest Control. We'll take a look at your weather forecast next. And we're going to talk a little bit more about the list. That's right, further list members. What's going on after this?
Pest Control, 34 Chelsea Street in Noonan. Sun and cloud mixed today with high near 52. East winds around 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, cloudy, periods of rain after midnight. Potential flooding rains, low near 44. East southeast winds 15 to 25 miles per hour. Chance of rainfall 1%. Going into your Tuesday, cloudy and damp with rain in the morning, becoming partly cloudy by the afternoon. High near 58, 100% chance of showers. South-southwest winds 15 to 25 miles per hour. Protect your home.
That answer
Pest control services, plus
taken care of at the home front.
insects all around you 24/7. Active Pest Control wants to be the first line of defense. Active Pest Control, repair, bond, best termite coverage around. Active Pest Control, 34 Jefferson Street, Newton, 770-954-9941.
Shopping for insurance doesn't have to be stressful. I'm Christy, owner of Ellsworth Insurance, located here in Newton, Georgia. We're an independent agency with access to multiple carriers for home, auto, life, health, and commercial insurance. We're your one-stop shop for your insurance needs. www.insurewithellsworth.com, 770-755-7053. We look forward to meeting you soon.
This is Margie from Connecting Hearts Network. I'd like you to take just a moment and listen to Linda Kirkpatrick explain to you what Family Patterns Matters is all about.
Family Patterns Matter works with youth and their families to help overcome barriers that prevent their success. We meet twice a month with mentoring, tutoring, teaching life skills, resilience, gratitude, and kindness. We also bring music and art therapy. Please visit our website at www.familypatternsmatter.org.
Have you been considering a career in real estate? At Keller Williams Realty and Lending Partners, we prepare you to excel in your real estate career by providing award-winning training, family-based culture, and lead generation tools to build a business that lasts. If you're interested in learning about our pre-licensed school or how to get started,
As I'm answering some questions.
YUN.com/Columbus-GA. Hello, everyone. This is DJ Commando of a 45s Affair radio show where I play all vinyl 45s. You're listening to WQEE 99.1 FM, Newnan, Georgia.
All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I tell you what, we're about ready to kick it. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I tell you what, we're about ready to kick it to the next level. To the next level. We got some things to talk about. Oh, yeah. We got some things to talk about. Oh, yeah. It's the list coming up for you. Period number 2 underway. We're about 37 minutes past the hour. Holding at about, can you believe it, 31 degrees. Welcome back in to RyanORadio Penitentiary. Yours truly right here with you. All right, let's take a look at this. Let's get back to the list that everybody's been talking about. Oh, yeah. And yours truly is not going to defend anybody on this list. But I'm just going to tell you in a disclaimer right quick that we have to put this disclaimer out there that no one has been charged or found guilty of any improper negotiations or improper wrongdoings. Improper wrongdoings. There we go. All right. Of any wrongdoings. That's right. These documents do not indicate any wrongdoings related to the list. Just have to put that in there. Anyway, sorry about that, guys. Just got stuff coming in. Got to get some stuff on the home front fixed today. I'm looking for that. All right, let's jump into this. The millionaire that was a financier who was socialized with royalty and celebrities was accused of a large number of underage girls that he was accused of running a sex ring. While waiting the trial, he ended up killing himself in a cell in 2019. I believe that. Now, some people don't want to believe that, he was killed because people don't want their names being released. But I believed that because he probably knew that being in there that other inmates weren't going to like what he did. And one of them would have took him out. Just ask Jeffrey Dahmer. Oh, you can't. He's gone, right? The judge and the court staff and the legal representation are not included. Prince Andrew appears to be prominent all over the documents. Of course, we told you about him. We told you about former presidents and everything. Neither are accused of wrongdoing. There's a list of them on there. Now here's the updated list, ladies and gentlemen. Here's the list. Here's the list. People trying to get there. Here's the list, ladies and gentlemen. Maxwell, Prince Andrew, Bill Clinton, Donald Trump, Hillary Clinton, David Copperfield, Wow. All right, I'm back. Leonardo DiCaprio, Al Gore, Stephen Hawking, Michael Jackson, Kevin Spacey, George Lucas, Naomi Campbell, Sharon Crutcher, Bruce Willis, Bill Richardson, a former governor of New Mexico, Cameron Diaz, who has denied anything of being out on there. How her name got on there, she don't know. Leslie Groof, former secretary of Epstein, Victory Bean, Rebecca Bolin, Dana Burns. These are some new people being added to this list. Daniel Estes, Ann Farmer, an accused Epstein of sexual assault. Marie Farmer, the sister, and she also accused Epstein. A former FBI director. Also, wow, Lynn Miller, the mother of Virginia Roberts. Eric Gainey. I'm just giving you a list of, this is the list of this. A few of these people are people you probably never heard of, don't know, this, that, and the other. I don't know. Some of them are people that are on the list as victims. Some of them are people that are lawyers to the victims. Some of them are people who are lawyers for the defendants. So, and some people are people that rode with him on the plane. Some people are business associates. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is on here. So, ladies and gentlemen, Chris Tucker is on here. Oh my goodness. What's his name? Cat Williams called him out over the weekend. Chris Tucker, the actor, comedian, best known for his role in Rush Hour, is on there. Hey, I'm going to go out to the islands. Woo! Don't touch my radio. The only one that's come out so far has really kind of denied it. Now, I'm telling you, nobody's accused of wrongdoing yet. So I don't want everybody getting mad and taking this down. Or everything, because I'm telling the truth. Oh my goodness. We got more and more new people coming on. Looks like Randy Rocket Cody told it. And it looks like everybody was shutting him down a couple of years ago. Wouldn't let him say this on the internet. Wouldn't let him try to cut his journalism integrity out. And he pointed out all these people. Well, he didn't really talk about too many Hollywood people, but he did point out and Prince Andrew, the Clintons, and Trump. He pointed out all the political people and everything. But he probably had details in all these other people. It's just he knew that, people are not going to be that interested in them as they are these people. First, but this list, you got Bill Clinton, you got Donald Trump, you got Hillary Clinton, you got Prince Andrew, you got David Copperfield, you got Leonardo DiCaprio, Al Gore, Stephen Hawking, Michael Jackson, Kevin Spacey, George Lucas, Chris Tucker, Naomi Campbell, Bruce Willis, Cameron Diaz, who says she had nothing to do with it, by the way. These people are on the list. On the list. Just to name a few. Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who was calling out this list, and now he's on it. Oh, the former wife, Sarah Ferguson, the Duchess of York, the former wife of Prince Andrew's on this list. Many American tycoons and everything like that. Now, the sadness of this list, ladies and gentlemen, is we don't know who, we know who the victims are, but and we know who some of the lawyers for the defense and the prosecution is in this particular incident, but we don't know that all these other people that are listed, to what extreme they were all a part of this, to what extreme that they were a party to this, who they were married to, who they were did anybody go out and find one of their younger wives out there on the island and take them? We don't know. You can only guesstimate who, what, when, and where. And you got people out here that are going to totally defend whatever part. Look, if this is about defending a party, there's something wrong with you. If you're going to defend the party you vote for, whether it's Republican or Democrat, and these people's names are on there. Well, they were not, neither one of them was accused of wrongdoing. That's right. But why is their name on the list? That's the question we all want to know. Why are these people's names on the list? Cameron Diaz came out and just did a public relations beating. No, I don't know anything about this. I never met the guy, da-da-da-da-da. Well, we don't even know how her name got on the list. And people are, oh, it's a fake list. No, it's not a fake list. And Cat Williams was like, Chris Tucker went from being smoky to being on Epstein's Island. You talked about it yesterday. And he told out everybody wanted him to sell out, wanted him to bend over, wanted him to do whatever it was. And Harvey Weinstein is also on this as well. That's not a surprise that Harvey Weinstein's on this list. But I'll be honest with you. I'm like old Cat Williams, and I'm not even a fan, or I don't even listen to his comedy. I'm kind of like he in this. I'm not really surprised, actually. I'm going to be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. All the stuff that we dived deep into the last couple of years with Randy Rocket Cody, seeing the success of all these people, knowing that they ran over people to get to where they got, or somebody used them, or they sold their soul and everything. It's like Cat Williams said, it's God's people against the others. And he was telling all this stuff on Shannon Sharp's program, and the Shannon Sharp has after the former football player and sports analyst has a show now. And he's like, I ain't never going to be able to get none of these people to come back. He said, oh, yeah, you will. They're all going to come back and try to defend themselves. He talked about Cedric the Entertainer, Steve Harvey, and everybody. But the biggest thing that got me was he was talking about good versus evil. He's talking about God's people against that. And he basically wasn't surprised that all these people were on there either. But when you don't pick a side and you don't go, my party's the greatest party in the world, and I don't believe this about who I like, whether it's Democrat, Republican, or whatever, I don't believe this about these actors. No, I like Leonardo DiCaprio. I don't believe this about him. I think this is a lie. Oh, Chris Tucker could have never done that. We all believe Prince Andrew does. Nobody in London right now is like, let's defend Prince Andrew. They're like, that bloody idiot. That's what they're saying. We knew he was terrible. See, they're not falling for, oh, he was part of the royal family, so and the rest of the royal family like, what a loser. Prince Charles is like, King Charles, you make fun of my ears, but at least I'm not a pedophile. That's right, King Charles, tell him. Oh, man. Call him all kind of names over the years and his kids. At least they're not pedophiles. Is Chris Hansen working with this, getting this taken care of? It's got to be. Now, there's people out there that do not want to believe some of this stuff. So Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who's running for the independent party, you need Kanye West back, who apologized for saying hateful, anti-Semitic things, and everybody, hey, Carter, man, that old hateful racist man down in Florida that's making millions off of idiots He's going, there's something wrong with Kanye turning on us. Oh, Lord. Wow. Dr. Stephen Olson. Wow. Famous doctor. Wendy Lynn. She's an author. I'm going on down. Chef Michael Rayner. See, he's been on television on the Food Network. Sky Roberts, Kimberly Roberts, and Lynn Roberts. We don't know who they are. Oh, man. Maxwell's personal therapist or secretary. New York designer was in there. A couple of doctors' names. I don't know. Some of these doctors were the ones that were psychiatrists that were treating Virginia. Wow, there's a list of them. It's all beside their name. There's a list of doctors that treated this woman. Like 10 doctors, physicians, and therapists together treating this woman. Virginia Roberts, who was Virginia Roberts at the time, who is the one that brought the suit out and everything. Wow. Haley Robinson is a teenage recruiter in police documents there. They had some women use that. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, I know people don't want to hear this, but this is what's going on, and this is reality. But the one person I don't like is on there. Well, everybody's on there that they said was on there. At least Randy said was on there. I don't know about the rest of you. My buddy Randy Rocket Cody said all those people were on there. All right, we're going to take a break. Stay with us more on the way as the RyanORadio Penitentiary cruises on.
Selling or buying a home at any market, but especially today's, can raise a lot of questions. Hi, I'm Amy with Killingsworth Realty. My husband Todd and I serve the Coweta and local area. Our purpose at our first meeting is to learn your goals, answer questions, and provide resources so that you can make the best decision for your family. 678-525-0047 to schedule a free consultation today to discuss your real estate needs. You don't have to do this alone.
Shopping for insurance doesn't have to be stressful. I'm Christy, owner of Ellsworth Insurance, located here in Newnan, Georgia. We're an independent agency with access to multiple carriers for home, auto, life, health, and commercial insurance. We're your one-stop shop for your insurance needs. www.insurewithellsworth.com, 770-755-7053. We look forward to meeting you soon.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rod Peterson here, host of the Rod Peterson Show, inviting you to join us daily for 2 hours of Atlanta's funnest sports talk right here on WQEE. I say fun because it is. You've never heard a show like it because we make the listeners a part of the show every day between noon and 2 p.m. Eastern. You'll hear plenty of the best sports talk, including the latest on the Falcons, the Braves, and more. And who knows, you might even hear you. That's the Rod Peterson Show, daily at noon, right here on WQEE 99.1 FM.
What is good? 99.1 WQEE The Key. We got the hottest new show coming to you live, The Jet Stream. Tune in every Saturday on your 9 a.m. morning drive.
Live, Sports Talk, sports and entertainment radio show, weeknights at 8 p.m. Eastern, live only on WQEE 99.1 The Key, the heartbeat of Atlanta, Southern Talks in sports. Tune in to Live with CDT Sports Talk weeknights at 8 p.m.
Shengyun Performing Arts invites you to travel to the magic world of ancient China. Experience a lost culture brought to life with incredible classical Chinese dance, magical scenery, and soul-stirring music. Shengyun. Coming to River Center for the Performing Arts, January 23rd only. Tickets at shengyun.com/GA. Call 877-285-7469.
Hello everyone, this is DJ Commando
Welcome back in to the RyanORadio Penitentiary. You're in lockdown. Thank you for tuning in to the RyanORadio Penitentiary. Stay with us as we're in lockdown. We are on our WQEE Key new YouTube page that's on all of our social media sites, as well as Spreaker, Shoutcast, Earth Rock Radio, and all of the Jordan Communication and Family radio stations. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we gave you that list. Of course, there's some people on that list you don't want, but Randy was telling these lists for years. He called the Clintons. He called Trump. He called Prince Andrew. He called a few of these other actors. Now, Chris Tucker's on there. Wow. Leonardo DiCaprio, we already told you he was on there. Cameron Diaz is denying she ever been there. Of course, just to let you know, nobody's been accused of wrongdoing so far. Just to put it out there. But magician David Copperfield, he was doing some tricks. Ugh. Wonder if some of these people went out, CEOs and everything, that's where they found their wives when they got old enough to come. Oh, wow. Plenty of doctors on there that were part of helping out this Virginia Roberts lady. Well, Randy called it, and all those people were on there, but other people were like, hey, how come my fake person ain't on there? I hate this person. Why can't he be on there? Because they didn't go like you thought they did. This dude was in the highfalutin life, and all these people were part of it. I don't believe my God did it. I'm never going to believe that. Because my imagination tells me so. All right, we're going to take a break. Coming up at the top of the hour, we got some sports news for you. And then we'll head into Inside the Coach's Corner with Coach Tommy Lewis this morning as we continue to move forward on this edition of the RyanORadio Penitentiary. Stay with us. More on the way. You're in lockdown.
International at 121 Hillwood Circle, Noonan, Georgia. Presenting Connecting the Kingdom.
I wish.
Connecting Kingdom citizens.
Thank you for going up there. I appreciate everybody.
And advancing the kingdom of God.
This is RyanORadio Penitentiary on WQEE in Atlanta.
At 10 o'clock a.m. with guests who are.
We're probably going to make a lot of people mad, but I don't care. I'm a straight edge independent skeptic if you're tuning in for the first time. I tell it like it is. I don't care. I pick on everybody. It's just how it is. About much. Wait, no, it's not.
Sunday morning at 11 a.m. on WQEE 99.1 FM. This is Austin Black, and I am the host of
Wait.
Have you
What the
ever
heck?
wondered about the stories behind your favorite songs and the journeys of those that sing them? Each week, we invite you to go behind the tunes and step into the stories behind your favorite Christian artists that shape the landscape of today's music.
Oh my God. Sorry about that, guys.
Writing that song kind of saved me a little bit, and a year later, and here we are, and it's really surreal. I feel incredibly lucky.
What I Was Made For is featured in the Barbie movie. The Bear won for Best Television Musical or Comedy.
Thank you to the entire restaurant community. You know, we play these characters for a couple of hours a day, for a couple of months out of the year, but this is y'all's reality, the highs and the lows. So thank you for embracing us while we, tell this story.
Actor Lionel Boyce accepted the award. Oppenheimer is this year's Best Motion Picture Drama.
Thank you so much to the Golden Globes. Can you hear my heart beating because it's going crazy? This was just an incredible experience making this film.
Producer Emma Thompson took the trophy. Director Yorgos Lanthimos went on stage when Poor Things won Best Motion Picture Musical or Comedy.
Thank you, everybody who worked on the film, people that Searchlight Film 4 Element that produced the film and made it happen.
The actors, wonderful actors.
And Succession won for Best Television Drama with creative and executive producer and director Jesse Armstrong explaining.
So it has been such a wonderful team to work with. We decided this was the right time to end the show, and that was very bittersweet.
The award ceremony was hosted by comedian Joe Coy. That's Entertainment Steve Greenfield, NBC News Radio.
WQEE 99.1 FM The Key, Noonan, Sharpsburg, Franklin, LaGrange.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. A needle in a haystack? Almost. A school teacher near Portland, Oregon found a plug from an exit door that blew off an Alaska Airlines plane during a flight to Ontario, California Friday night. NTSB Chair Jennifer Homendy says it could be telling.
They'll look for fractures, they'll look at more paint marks, some other, if anything was sheared or there was any deformation, they may be able to see it better under the microscope.
The force of the explosion so great it ripped off the cockpit door 26 rows away. No one was hurt, but dozens of Boeing 737 MAX 9s are still grounded. Congressional leaders say they've reached a deal that would help avoid a partial government shutdown in less than 2 weeks. But CBS's Scott McFarland says there's still lots of work to do.
This is some progress as Congress barrels towards 2 deadlines that could force a government shutdown. Part of the government later this month, the rest in February. The negotiators for the Senate and House have agreed on the overall dollar amount to be spent in 2024, roughly $1.6 trillion, but they have to iron out some big wrinkles on what to spend the money on and potentially controversial policy riders.
Pope Francis has weighed in on surrogate motherhood and he is not in favor. In a policy investigation, he called the practice despicable, referring to it as the commercialization of pregnancy. It may be the one to beat at the Academy Awards in March.
Oppenheimer dominates at the Golden Globes on CBS.
Shelander Performing Arts invites you to travel to the magic world of ancient China. Experience a lost culture brought to life with incredible classical Chinese dance, magical scenery, and soul-stirring music. Coming to Atlanta Symphony Hall, January 5th through 14th. Tickets at shenmue.com/.
Keep moving.
285-7469.
Hank Arnold here from Coweta Force. Coweta Force is Newman's own addiction recovery support center. We exist to provide recovery support services for individuals and family members who have been impacted by addiction. Our services are no cost, and all of our information is available on our website at www.cowetaforce.org or follow us on Facebook.
Wishbone Fried Chicken is back in a brand new location. 31 Jackson Street, Suite A here in Noonan. Same great taste, the best chicken around. Fish dinners, open Monday through Saturday, 10:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's Wishbone Fried Chicken right next door to their former location, bringing you the best chicken around. So great. Wishbone Fried Chicken, 31 Jackson Street, Suite A here in Noonan.
Moving is a big decision. Selling or buying a home in any market, but especially today's, can raise a lot of questions. Hi, I'm Amy with Killingsworth Realty. My husband Todd and I serve the Coweta and local area. Our purpose at our first meeting is to learn your goals, answer questions, and provide resources so that you can make the best decision for you and your family. 678-525-0047 to schedule a free consultation today to discuss your real estate needs. You don't have to do this alone.
Active Pest Control offers the best services and prices to protect your home, offering both monthly and quarterly pest control services, plus specific services like bed bug, vermin roach, and flea control. Even if you can't see them, insects are all around you 24/7. Active Pest Control wants to be the first line of defense. Active Pest Control, repair, bond, best termite coverage around. Active Pest Control, 34 Jefferson Street, Noonan, 770-954-9941.
What's up, everybody?
The opinions of this show and program are not the views and opinions of this station, its management, or its clientele.
Some news out of Atlanta. It's actually become official now, not just an Ian Rappaport report. The Atlanta Falcons have confirmed after 3 years, Arthur Smith has been fired. 21-30 as a head coach there, not good enough. A lot of good young talent. They obviously haven't found the quarterback there, but Arthur Blank, who's 81 years old, wants to go in a different direction. You certainly can't blame him. So Arthur Smith, the first one to be fired, at least right after week 18.
Yes, indeed. It's the final period of play on a Major News Monday. You are in lockdown with yours truly. We've got the best of news. Straight edge, independent skeptic. Tell it like it is. Don't tell you what you want to hear. Tell me when I'm telling lies, as I would say. Straight up coming up for you. We've got sports this hour, and we go inside the coach's corner with Coach Tommy Lewis next. Who am I? I'm RyanORadio Penitentiary host, the one, the only Ryan O'Neal, and of course, 50,000 plus of you worldwide on that Shoutcast, Shout Out Loud, RyanORadio media page, Earth, Rock, Radio, Arizona, Navajo Nation, and New Mexico. We're across the British Columbia, Isles of Canada, and finally, ladies and gentlemen, the Jordan Communication and Family Radio Stations, East Alabama, West Georgia, including right here at 99.1 FM, WQEE The Key, home of Southern sports and inspirational talk. We're also across the YouTube page of the WQEE Key page. We're across the WQEE Facebook page, Ryan O'Neal page, and RyanORadio Penitentiary Facebook page. Those are all Facebook pages and the YouTube page. We're everywhere you need to be. Real radio all over the world. We're not some sitting there on mom's basement type of radio show. We're real. We do it. And to my haters, damn straight I'm the man around here, whether they like it or not. It's the final period of play. We got coming up for you. Go inside the coach's corner where our favorite head coach, Coach Tommy Lewis, will join us. We'll talk about Landmark Christian Sports, and I want to get his thoughts on tonight's college football roundup and maybe on the Falcons getting rid of their head football coach. We'll get into all that coming up for you in just a few, but it is now time for us to kick off all our sports news for you in this hour. At about 7 minutes past the hour, radio news time, holding at 32 degrees. It's cloudy outside and going to be a cloudy day. Rain in the forecast as we're heading into this area of rain into the, of course, right here in Atlanta and Metro Atlanta. I've lost the train of thought there for a second, but it doesn't matter. Now the train is rolling. Train is a-rolling. Keep on rolling on down that track. What's up, baby? What's going on? It's good morning to you. And you're tuned in to the only show that wakes you up in style. Straight edge independent skeptics, what I am. I tell it like it is. I don't tell you what you want to hear. And let's get into an investigation, ladies and gentlemen, into the house fire of wide receiver Tyreek Hill's home that we told you on Friday has come to the knowledge of the firefighter and the fire chief, saying that a child was playing with a lighter in one of the rooms. Fire Marshal Robert Taylor said that a child was playing with a lighter in one of the 7 bedrooms and accidentally set the house on fire. No injuries reported and no charges are going to be drawn up against the child. ESPN and the college football world, the NCAA, agreed to extend their media rights deals for another 8 years. A total of 40 NCAA championship games will be on ESPN and other platforms that they own. And the green light went ahead also for them to cover championship softball, volleyball, baseball, gymnastics, and more. A total of 23,000 hours of events in the whole year. Wow. They're going to be doing that. And of course, tonight is going to be a big night because it's college football night. No Alabama, no Georgia, not my Auburn team, no SEC team whatsoever in sight for the college football world. It's going to be Washington, the Huskies, playing host to the Wolverines of Michigan. Well, I know one person that's going to be watching that game. It's going to be Moose from the Rod Peterson Show. But other than that, I think most everybody else is going to be like, we got to check out what's CM Punk's doing tonight. Or some people will be watching hockey. No NFL football. Week 18 was done. But Michigan at 7:30 p.m. is going to be the kickoff. There'll be a few people watching that game tonight. Also, ladies and gentlemen, the Ravens have signed veteran running back Devin Cook. Devin Cook has been signed by the Ravens going into next season. And we told you, fire. Not just at Hill's house there in Miami, but fire. Arthur Smith has been fired from the Atlanta Falcons. That was the biggest news yesterday. Arthur Blank, the 81-year-old, decided, hey, we got to go in a different direction. The last 3 years have been, and we got to find a brand new leader to the team. Now, like I said, a lot of times when it comes to things like this, you and I and everybody knows that when it comes to this sports news of the world, that in football, it's the team and the coaching staff have to click. A lot of times, Arthur Smith's ideas can click with another team out in Las Vegas. Say he goes to Raiders and it clicks. Say Bill Belichick, and that's a long shot for Atlanta. Say Bill Belichick is invited to come run the Falcons next year. Look, his way of doing things might work in the Dirty Birds camp. You never know. But Arthur Smith has been fired. And today is Black Monday, as it's known in the world of football, in the world of sports. In the world of sports, this one is. In the world of NFL, the last game of the Sunday game, the next day, usually before the wild card games begin, there's a lot of firing of coaching staff, coaching members, and trades of some of the big players. We just told you that Ravens have signed veteran running back Delvin Cook, and Falcons got rid of him after 3 seasons. Arthur Smith is out of here. I think a lot of Falcons fans are excited about that. But what is going to be the future of the Atlanta Falcons? What is the future of the Atlanta Falcons? That is the question on the minds of many. The Falcons have been the Dirty Birds for years. They haven't bring championships home. I don't remember it. It's been a long time since I think Michael Vick was the last one that was a big part of the team when championships were coming home. I don't remember if it was after that, anytime after that. The Falcons look good the last couple of years, up and down games. This season, we thought there's many times during the last 3 seasons that they were at the top of their league, of their division, and then they just drop. And last night, of course, yesterday, I should say, the Saints shut down the Falcons 28-17. The Texans beat the Colts 23-19. The Ravens were shut down by the Steelers 17-10. The Vikings lost to the Lions 30-20. The Jets beat the Patriots 17-3. The Titans beat the Jaguars, guys, 28-20. Go Titans. The Bucs over the Panthers 9-0, which means the Falcons are not going in. They were supposed to win, and the Panthers should have won, and that would have made an opportunity for the Atlanta Falcons, but it didn't. The Browns lost to the Bengals 31-14, 17-9. The Packers over the Bears. The Raiders over the Broncos 27-14. Giants over the Eagles 27-10. The Cowboys shut down them Commanders in their rival game 38-10. And a couple of games that had a 21-20. Seahawks over the Cardinals and the Rams over the 49ers. 49ers, I still my pick for the SEC, to the Super Bowl. They're still my pick for the Super Bowl and Super Bowl championship. And the Chiefs beat the Chargers 13-12. Also, the Bills beat the Dolphins 21-14. Wild card games begin this weekend, and I'll tell you what's happening. I feel Brock Purdy and the 49ers are going to take it this year. I'll get more details from our 49ers fan himself, the one, the only, our sports analyst. Yes, Richard Holder joins us tomorrow morning on the show. Friday Night Lights scoreboard. We'll talk about tonight's Michigan-Washington game, what's going on for the wild card games, and his thoughts on the Falcons and Arthur Blank. That's coming up. Arthur Smith, tomorrow, and who he thinks might take the reins of the Atlanta Falcons going into 2024-2025 season at the end of this year. We'll have to wait and see. And of course, UFL, guys, is beginning in March 30th. We'll have the Birmingham Stallions taking on the champions of the XFL, taking on the USFL. You got the USFL and the XFL conferences. And once those games are finished, then you'll have the best of those conferences facing off of one another in a championship game. Of course, some of these regular games that are not going to matter during this season are going to be face-off between two. Of course, the two champions are going to face off from last season. I think it was San Antonio. So they're going to face off against Birmingham in the first game of the regular season. And then you're just going to have the divisions play in, and then there might be some games in between there to get more and more games out there. But then you're going to have the final two. And I see Birmingham going to the championship again this year. But we'll see how the XFL really does as the two conferences have came together for UFL. football this season, and everyone's excited about it. Even not only The Rock and his ex-wife, who's his partner in everybody, but even the guys in the NFL were excited when they were talking about it a couple of weeks ago. When you got Troy Aikman and all of them excited, you know what's going on. When you got the guys jumping around, getting excited and everything, yeah. James Brown and crew talking about it. There you go. Forget all the crew. Howie Long is in there. Yeah. 15 minutes past the hour, radio news time. We're at 32 degrees here in the metro Atlanta area. You and I are heading out here in the cold weather. We'll take a look at your active forecast in just a few during the break. But we got to stop this here. McAfee keeps trying to hit me up when I've already got McAfee on these computers. I don't know. I don't mess with the computers. Still to come inside the coach's corner with athletic director and head football coach Tommy Lewis joins us from War Eagle football for us this morning. We'll get into him and talk some football as well. Let's jump into it tonight. CM Punk's supposed to make a debut, and somebody's supposed to be with him. CM Punk's back tonight. Also some matches heading into Raw. Cody Rhodes takes on Nakamura. He's going to try to finish his story with Nakamura so he can finish on to the next big thing. And we'll talk more about Raw coming up for you tomorrow morning. But right now, I want to get into a little wrestling wrap-up for you. For SmackDown on Friday night, WWE SmackDown New Year's Revolution had KO defeat Santana Escobar to become the #1 contender for the U.S. Championship title. He came face-to-face with Logan Paul and punched him. Logan Paul was backstage with Austin Theory, Grayson Waller, who came up to him, and Grimes came up to him and said, "Oh, you met KO." You met KO. Well, then Austin Theory said, forget about it. Karrion Kross, Scarlett returned with Paul Elliott, and they faced off against Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits. AOP attacked them all, and they took them out. There you go. I guess we turned Lashley and Street Profits from heels to face. Iota Sky defended her title, WWE Women's Championship against Michelle and beat her. Pretty Deadly lost to Butch and Tyler Bite. I don't know who that is. Triple threat match. The #1 contender will move on to take on the Bloodline. And AJ Styles, LA Knight, and Randy Orton put on one heck of a match. And then the Bloodline, Jimmy Uso, Solo, Paul Heyman, and the head of the table, Roman Reigns, come out and beat them down. Nick Atlas was standing out there. Nick Atlas grabbed Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman says, "Don't touch me." And Nick Atlas says, hey, tell Roman congratulations. He said, for what? Tell him congratulations. He got a fatal 4-way match with all three of these guys at Royal Rumble. And the Brock is back after Monday night. And, of course, Paul Heyman talked about that during a promo. AEW Rampage finally had the Hardys win a match as they teamed up with the Briscoes over Kip Sabian, Butcher, and Blade. Sheena defeated Anna Jay, and Ring of Honor Pure Champion Willa Yuta defeated Commander. AEW's Collision kicked off with Sting and Darby Allin with Ric Flair in Charlotte, North Carolina. Woo! As they defeated the Workhorsemen. Eddie Kingston defeated Trent Beretta to retain his Continental Classic Championship. Hook said he's after Joe for the world title. Ring of Honor tag titles, the Undisputed Kingdom defeated Commander and Brian Keith. Also, Renee was backstage with the Bullet Club Gold. Jay spoke about going up against the Undisputed Kingdom. The Acclaim come in. Jay and the Guns are there. They're back and forth. They're talking this, that, and the other. Anthony Bowen says the only thing he sees being successful in AEW is factions, and they need to come together as one big faction. And Austin said, you didn't think that was a bad idea. We'll see. Adam Copeland had a promo, and he defeated the challenger, which was Leif Garrison, by submission. Flair and Sting and Darby Allin cut a great promo backstage. Claudio defeated Adrian Everett. I don't know who that is. In the main event, FTR defeated House of Black. Daniel Garcia come out there to encourage them. because he was attacking off the big man Brody King, and then all three of them, the House of Black attacked all three of them, and that's the end of the night. So there you go. Uh-oh. My thoughts on AEW. Well, we're going to do wrestling wrap-up on Wednesday around 30 minutes past the hour in the second period of play. So I'll talk more in details behind the scenes of some of the stuff that's going on. But, ladies and gentlemen, hey, I'm going to say this. You got to start letting the Hardys win. There's got to be more members to the Undisputed Kingdom because there was like 10 people beating people up at one time. Doesn't make sense just the 5 of them. There's got to be more. Especially if the Acclaim tags up with the Bullet Club Gold and they all become, that's 6 members there. Then you got Juice Robinson returning from his injury. He's going to join in with them. That'll make 7. You got Christian Cage and his crew, which to me is totally different. He needs to be, to me, I think AEW needs to split the brands. Okay. Put some of them on Dynamite and some of them on Collision. I think they need to just split the brands to me because you got some good matches with House of Black and FTR. You got tag team champions. Ricky Starks and Big Bill are greatest tag team champions, but you need another set of tag team titles to be on the waist of FTR or House of Black. You need another set of world titles. And I don't mean create titles. You already have all these titles. Just split the rosters and everything. So, and I know that Tony Khan's people don't want to hear this, but, you know, they need to get some people who know how to write shows. I mean, you got great people like Dean Malenko, Sanjay Dutt, and Brian Danielson that know how to do some stuff, but you need to bring in the Jeff Jarrett. You got Jeff Jarrett backstage. You got JR. You got people who know how to write shows. You got you've got Mark Henry. You got Paul White. Don't tell me these guys don't know what they're doing. You've got you know, a few people who can help write stuff. I mean, you really, in my opinion, I love JR. He should come out for special occasions, but he needs to be taken off the broadcast and run the backstage talent and help write the shows. Because right now, your best crews are Tony Schiavone with Excalibur and Taz, and then on Saturday night, Tony Schiavone, Kevin Kelly, and Nigel. That's all you need. That's all you need. That's all you need. All these guys are great. To me, the announcers is what's making AEW today. Some of the wrestlers you can see, Orange Cassidy, Orange Cassidy, They need to put the title on Roderick Strong as soon as possible. They need to put it on somebody. What are you doing with Jay Lethal? Bring him back. One of the best in the business. Okay? These people need to be going for titles and championships. And you need to be splitting this up and being able to have people that want people to see. Andrade, yeah, he appreciated working for the company, but he had to leave because he just wasn't being utilized right. Come on. You've got some of the best minds in the business can help write these shows. You got some of the best wrestlers there, and you want to keep pushing the guys that people are just not for. I'm sorry, but they're just not. I don't care if you want Orange Cassidy to be your R-Truth or to be your comedic or be whatever, let it be. Because I cannot believe that him and the Best Friends are equal to some of these other guys. I don't care. They're better wrestlers than me, but, well, actually, I don't know if Orange Cassidy is, but you got people that your ratings are going down because of that. You got stars, use them. You got people who know how to write things, use them. FTR and House of Black put on a clinic Saturday night, one of the best matches ever. And you took 2 great singles guys and put them together with Ricky Starks and Big Bill, who wanted to defend their titles this week against Sammy Guevara and Chris Jericho. And the made-up or whatever it was about Chris Jericho that supposedly was sexual assault has not come out, and no details have come out, and an investigation has went in, and it's been, I guess it was a lie, and one of those lie things. So how the fans going to react now that they booed him at World's End, and they're going to go, yeah, I'm sorry. You can't just keep doing these things. Lies online. This is the thing that why I'm online is to tell you guys the truth in politics, sports, and everything, because all people do is tell what their feelings and not tell the truth. And as a wrestling fan, I feel like WWE is up here, way up here. They're on a different level, and that AEW's competition, they need to be looking into TNA as their competition. Okay. And NWA, who's doing the territories again with all the different territories. EC3 is their NWA champion going everywhere. Love it. Love it. Love it. OVW is a part of it. Love it. Okay. AEW. Unlike everybody else, well, I want to see them fail. No, idiots. I don't want to see them fail. There's some people getting paid in the business being able to take care of their families. I want AEW to succeed, but they're going to have to learn how to succeed without giving the marks what they want and doing what they have to do. That's what happened with WCW in the final days. Was Vince Russo, was giving them a few little marks what they wanted, and that's why it failed. That's why it was going in the dumper. Hulk Hogan's fake promo during the Bash at the Beach 2000 about this is the reason this thing's going in the dumper. It was true. The reason it was going in the dumper and dropping was we kept pushing people that nobody knew. Build them up. Put them in a tag team. Do what they're doing. See, it seems like Darby Allin's smart enough to know, hey, I'm going to be around Ric Flair and Sting. This rub's going to make me something. The only pillar of the 4 pillars you got actually going, I'm going to lose to all the big stars. I'm going to team up with Sting, win these matches, and I'm going to build my name up, and I'm going to be one of the biggest stars in the business. Why, Jungle Boy's sitting at home and refused to listen to CM Punk. Sammy Guevara is getting a rub off of Jericho, which made him, he's doing well. And MJF, well, he did his thing. He got pushed to the top. And hopefully he comes back to the company because I just don't see WWE putting him in main event level matches in the WWE. And it would be an embarrassment as a former world champion to be put in middle card on Raw or SmackDown and just, or either world title on NXT, which is going to CW. Also here, some details, ladies and gentlemen in World Wrestling, that the stream service that is the Endeavor, the parent company of UFC and WWE, made a deal to stream TNA this coming up year. There may be TNA and WWE working together somehow. That would be pretty good. And it could be some crossover between TNA and NXT. I would like that. I would like that. And AEW has been doing a lot of crossover with NXT. I mean, with New Japan Pro Wrestling. I personally think that's great. More storylines in the AEW, please, coming up in 2023. Tony, more storylines. Work with the guys that know how to do storylines. Keep your wrestlers doing their wrestling things, but we don't need Bryan Danielson getting hurt every week. He's one of the best in the business. He's your top star. Pull him away from the crew and put him as Bryan Danielson or Daniel Bryan, which I know he can't use that name, but make him that character that he was. Why? Because the fans want to. Yes, yes, yes. I know Bryan Danielson's like, well, I want to go back to the American Dragon. I understand. But the fans made you who you are. You be the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson. You let them yes you. You be the face. You never take on heels. I mean, you never take on faces. You take on heels. Because right now, one of the hottest guys in the business is the Continental Champion, Eddie Kingston. And anybody goes up against him is going to be an automatic heel. So, and some people like him, some people don't. I don't care. I see him as an automatic face. He's the Cactus Jack. He's the guy that you want to cheer for because he's a regular guy and he's got championships. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Putting anybody up against him is going to make them the heel in that situation. And I hate how they book people against people like they're booking UFC fights or something. That's the only thing. Come on. So, with that being said and done, 30 minutes past the hour, we're going to take a break. We're going to go inside the Coach's Corner with Coach Tommy Lewis right after this break. You're with us on the RyanORadio Penitentiary. You're in lockdown. Don't you dare move away. More sports talk after this.
to 5 p.m. Eastern. Drive time on WQEE. Braves Country is a Southern sports talk show. Mac McGee and the Armchair Quarterbacks. That's Braves Country. Mac McGee and the Armchair Quarterbacks. Weekdays, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. right here.
Hey, Coach, how's it going?
Blessed New Year, my brother.
I hear you. Same here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Things are well. How are you doing?
I am doing very, very well today. Ready to get some things taken care of. I've got my landlord having to come over and having a guy come over and redo my tub because it ran my water bill way up.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Can't have that.
No. So I'm hoping that we get all that taken care of today. So I'm having to rush out of here after I get done to go home to let him in, and then rush back up here to do what I need to do to go home, and then go back home. And so it's one of those long days. So I'm ready for it.
Awesome. I hear you. It's always one of those things that you got to take care of it. So you got to try to squeeze it in somewhere.
Exactly. So how was your Christmas? Was everything good?
Yes, sir. Yeah, it was a nice break. Got to get all the kiddos together. That was nice. Got to get together, celebrate my in-laws' 60th wedding anniversary.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I've known my father-in-law longer than I've known my wife. When I became a believer, he was in the area running FCA, Fellowship Christian Athlete.
Right.
When I was a senior in college, that's when I became a believer. And so I got to know him, like 3-4 years before I even met his daughter, because she was still in school.
Right.
She was in college. She went to UNC, and so anyway, long story short, I've known him longer than I've known Megan, and so it was great to be able to celebrate with him. And we call him Bob Benson Big Daddy.
There you go. Well, I tell you what, he probably was checking you out, Coach. He was checking you out the whole time to see, all right, this guy might be.
Oh, there's no doubt. I often refer to our marriage as a modern-day prearranged marriage. Because he was checking me out for a good 3 or 4 years before he took the time to introduce me to his daughter.
Exactly.
It was all good. But yeah, everything was great. How was your break?
It was good. I got to actually go and spend time with family, and I got step kids, and one of my a couple of my step kids have kids. My oldest one stepdaughter has kids that's already kind of teenager and older, but my middle stepdaughter has little ones. So we got to be there on Christmas Eve with them and see them up and Christmas Day and see them unwrap their presents. So it was cool. It was like seeing little ones that are 5 and 2 years old. We got 2 twins that are 2, a girl and a boy, and then a 5-year-old. So seeing them unwrap their presents, it was like, it's so cool.
That's so awesome. That is so awesome. I love it. Yeah, it's a special time of year when you got little ones.
It definitely is. Well, Coach, we're getting ready to go on. We'll talk about stuff going on at the school. I want to ask you about the college football playoffs tonight, and then I also want to ask you about the Falcons releasing their coach, if you don't mind.
Okay. I'll be ready for it. Thanks for the heads up.
All right, here we go. Welcome back into the RyanORadio Penitentiary. You guys are in lockdown, and we are welcoming back once again as we start a new year off, or kick a new year off. I like this. Kick a new year off with our favorite head football coach and athletic director of the Landmark Christian War Eagles. Please welcome our friend, Coach Tommy Lewis. Good morning, Coach.
Good morning, Rhino, and a blessed 2024 to you and all your listeners out there.
Well, we definitely appreciate it and glad to have you with us here on this edition and having you back. I know that you spent a little time with the family over the holidays, and you told me off there how great it was to be around holidays and with family and everything. Now it's time to get back to work in the second half of the year for a lot of what's going on with winter sports, spring sports around the corner, and all that good stuff at Landmark. And so, yeah. So let's get into it. Let's talk a little bit about Landmark Sports this morning. What's going on? When do we get basketball started again and all that good stuff?
Yes, sir. Well, they were all of our winter sports were pretty busy over the Christmas break and New Year's break, Rhino.
Okay.
Both boys and girls basketball at the varsity level were participating in tournaments and playing games and things like that. So it's been they of course got a couple days off right around Christmas and right around New Year's, but Christmas break for our winter sports is sometimes not exactly a break like most people think it is, but because they're working hard, they're trying to stay on top of their games and really cranking in when they come back to hit the ground running with a region schedule. So so both our boys and girls were busy over the break. Both of them are doing very well. Our boys team right now is 10-6, win-loss record overall, and number 3 in the region, going into what now constitutes the bulk of the region schedule. I think right before the break we talked a little bit about them giving number 1 Columbia all they can handle. Columbia took overtime for them to get by us right before exams and Christmas break. So our guys are eager to get back in the region schedule and establish some winning ways, and really looking forward to what lies ahead for them. And our girls are in a very similar situation. Our girls are 7-2 overall, also 3rd in the region, right in the mix. Battling for the top spot in the region and getting great seeding for the region tournament for what hopefully leads to the state tournament. So both boys and girls basketball teams are doing really well, so we're very excited for both of those squads. And then over the break is a big time for wrestling as well.
Yes.
Those wrestlers, they gotta, they're always trying to maintain a certain weight so they can stay in their weight class and things like that. Of course, I know I would have bumped up a weight class or two over the break.
I know, right?
With all the good food that's available during the holidays, but our guys were busy. They participated. I'm gonna look up the particulars of this tournament, Rhino, because they were part of a big time tournament. Our wrestlers were the Prep Slam tournament back right before the new year. And, so this is right at the end of December, where there were 360 wrestlers, 39 different teams from 8 different states.
Wow.
And, so needless to say, there was some serious competition. And we had 4 of our wrestlers finish at least in the top 10 of their weight class. Steve Hodges in the 113-pound weight class actually finished in the top 8.
Right.
Levi Trask at the 150-pound weight level. He was a top 10 finisher, as was Brady Robinson at the 165-pound weight class. And then we had our 285-pounder, Micah Rogers, played offensive and defensive line for us this past year. And Brady Robinson was one of our linebackers and running backs this past year. But he's only a sophomore, so we're looking forward to having him back. But Micah Rogers, a senior offensive defensive lineman, will probably play at the collegiate level. So we look forward to having an announcement for where he's headed to here in the coming months. But he finished in the top 4 of this huge tournament, Rhino. And so we're very, very happy, very proud of these guys, and really want to give a shout out to all the work that they put in, because it really paid off in that big tournament. And then they kept things going, Rhino. They had a region matchup against our one of our arch rivals, Elka, Landing Christian Academy, and totally dominated the wrestling match and won 61-15.
Yes.
So so the guys in the wrestling program are really doing well. They're very excited about what lies ahead. They position themselves well for another. I think this will be the 4th or 5th region/area championship that they position themselves for. They got a big match, tri-match this Wednesday against I believe it's Towers and Columbia to wrap up their area and region schedule, and they definitely position themselves well for another championship. So we're very excited for them. And then finally, our last winter sport that competes is our swim team. Our boys and girls swim team have kept up their competitive ways.
I like that.
And we have one of our swimmers, Miss Phoebe Lickby. She's a senior this year. She swam the 100 breaststroke and the 200 freestyle in a state qualifying time, and so that makes Phoebe a state qualifier for all 4 years of her high school career.
Wow.
And she is committed to swim at Milligan University, and we'll be celebrating her signing with them later on in February. But she's committed to Milligan University to swim and go to school, and she'll be representing us at the state swim meet as she has, like I said, all 4 years of her career. And then one of our male swimmers, Kel Foskey, he's another senior. He's right on the cusp.
Right.
The cusp of qualifying for state, so he has about just under a month worth of meets to get his time down to try to qualify. So again, very proud of all of our swimmers, but in particular those two really done a great job of helping keep our program afloat, so to speak, and have done a real nice job. And we're very excited for Phoebe and her future at Milligan. So a shout out to all of our winter athletes, and of course they don't compete, but they're there for every basketball game. Is our basketball cheer squad.
Right.
They're there faithfully and cheering on, and just really adding a great atmosphere to our home basketball game. So we're very thankful for our basketball cheer squad. We affectionately call them the Hoop Troop, and they do a great job. So really appreciate all of it, and thank all of our winter athletes for being committed and dedicated over the Christmas break, and we look forward to supporting them through the rest of their season. Winter sports goes through February, and basketball will head into March as far as championships go. So got about 2 more months of winter sports, and as you alluded to, Rhino, our spring sports will be cranking up here pretty soon.
Yes, indeed. And we'll get into that probably a little bit later in next week or something like that. I do want to also get into some football action, and we're going to be talking a lot of football for the next couple of weeks because we got UFL coming back with bringing together XFL and USFL under one brand.
Yeah. And what are they calling that, Rhino? What's the new league called?
The new league together is UFL, and then they're going to be 2 conferences: the USFL conference and the XFL conference.
Okay. But the whole league will be called UFL, and
yeah,
really looking forward to that for sure, definitely.
Yeah, so we're getting that. The Birmingham Stallions are going to be kicking on a season March 30th against the XFL champions. I think it was San Antonio. That's going to be the first game of the season. And then we're going to have divisions and all this kind of stuff throughout the season, who's going to what, when, and where. So that's kicking off in March. And then, of course, we got Super Bowl in February. Yesterday was the NFL. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, no. I was just, exciting time. I know it's football is I know it's mine and yours first love, Colorado, and so as far as sports go, and it's a great time of the year. I mean, we just wrapped up the NFL season, regular season, and really looking forward to the playoffs. I of course was celebrating hard over the weekend as far as the NFL goes. My 2 guys that I pull for,
right.
My buddies Mike Tomlin and Sean McDermott. Mike Tomlin, head coach of the Steelers, and Sean McDermott, the head coach of the Buffalo Bills. Really excited for them.
Yep.
They got qualified. They knew they had qualified once the Titans beat the Jags.
Right.
Which was a bit of an upset. So that was pretty cool that happened. So they got an automatic bid, or they got in. But then the Bills finished things off in grand style last night.
Oh, yes.
By coming back and beating the Dolphins, so that they're the division champs. So they get I think the number 2 seed, is that right?
I think so, yes. And the wild card games begin this weekend. So we've got a lot of football to get before the Super Bowl and everything. And I'm kind of already went and predicted the 49ers are going to be in the Super Bowl. I just don't know who they're going to be playing.
Yeah, I think that's a fair guess.
Yeah.
I think that they certainly have positioned themselves well. That's
Right.
for sure.
Right.
They really had a great season. I believe they have the best record in all of football.
Yes.
And they'll be that number one seed on the NFC side, so they get a bye this week.
Yep.
Who was the other number one seed on the AFC side, Rhino?
I don't have it in front of me right now. I have to check that. But yeah.
I think that was the Ravens. That's right.
The Ravens, yes, the Ravens, because that big game between them a couple of weeks ago, everybody was like, "This could be the preview of the Super Bowl." So yes.
That's right. That's right. And it was quite a game, and the Ravens took care of business, and kind of made a huge statement in that game. So that definitely could be a preview of the Super Bowl as the two number one seeds on each side of the bracket.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like I said, I have my work cut out for Rhino, because the Steelers and Bills got to play each other in the first round.
Ooh, you're not gonna really. Ooh, that's gonna be hard for you. You're gonna get calls from both sides going, "Hey, who you cheering for this weekend, me or him?"
That's right. I'll have to be down in colors of both squads. I'll probably have my Bills T-shirt on and my Steelers hat on. But yeah, that's going to be tough. I mean, the good news is I know I have at least one team moving forward.
Exactly.
To cheer for. But yeah, the Steelers and the Bills crank it up this Sunday at 1.
Yep.
So I'll be cheering them on, and but yeah, I mean, looking at that, like I say, that wild card weekend.
Yes.
Some really great games. I mean, the Texans have come on strong with C.J. Stroud as their quarterback. And,
yes.
Really doing well. But how about the Browns? I mean,
oh yeah.
They play each other in. Oh gosh, now I'm gonna have a brain freeze. The quarterback. It's Joe Flacco.
Flacco, yes.
Yep. I mean, he might be the NFL Comeback Player of the Year.
True.
Coming in and stepping in once Deshaun Watson went down for the Browns, he's coming and did just an amazing job.
Yeah.
Leading them to a playoff berth. So that'll be a lot of fun to watch.
It's gonna be a good one, and I'm loving that different teams are in it this year and everything. I always love the mix up of who's gonna be playing and getting into the wild card games, and it's not the same old. A little sad that the Falcons are not in it. Your thoughts on Arthur Smith being let go?
Yeah, I never liked when a coach gets let go, because
Me either.
obviously, if you're good enough to be hired, and then you obviously know what you're doing. You have a resume, you have a background,
right,
of being able to do the job and to have that opportunity. But I also know, that it's a business. And,
yes.
And particularly at that level, the NFL level, it's about the results. It's about your production. And I guess the ownership in Atlanta felt like they had given Coach Smith a fair amount of time to get things going, and it didn't happen. But like I said, I know Coach is a good coach.
Yes.
I know he'll land on his feet.
Yep.
Because he is a good coach. Someone will hire him to do something. So he has a future in football. There's no doubt about that. He's been doing it for a long time. But I also understand why at different times leadership feels like they need to move on. So
it is true.
I get it. I'm sure he probably gets it too. I'm sure he probably wanted another opportunity, another year. But I'm sure he understands. And like I said, he'll land on his feet. He'll get another opportunity somewhere and be able to continue his career. And I just feel bad anytime a coach is let go. Because it takes everybody.
Exactly.
It takes the leadership of the organization. It takes the coaching and the coaching staff, not just the head coach, but the entire coaching staff. And then, of course, it takes the players. You got to have some players highly talented, but also highly committed. And wanting to work well with each other and be a team. be a
Right.
family. You'll see more times than not, those are the teams that do well are the teams that come together and really, not just play on the same team, but really play for each other.
Right.
And I'm not saying that the Falcons didn't have that. I'm just saying that it takes all of those things
Yes.
coming together to be successful. And unfortunately, it didn't happen for the Falcons this year.
Definitely not, but we'll definitely see Coach Arthur Smith will land on his feet somewhere. We'll see who's coming in next. That's going to be a big guess for so many Falcons fans. But we got another college football game to talk about, and it's the college football playoffs tonight, 7:30 p.m. And I think it's Michigan Wolverines against the number 2. That's number 1 against the number 2 Washington Huskies. Your thoughts on this? No SEC teams this year.
Well, that's kind of that's I guess kind of the quote unquote shock for everybody.
Yeah.
The SEC school is not in the finals, in the championship. I guess my thoughts there are just that when you get to that elite level, I really felt like those top 6 teams, it was
Agreed.
you're splitting hairs.
Mm-hmm.
Any of those 6 could have beat each other on any given day. Of course, at full strength. I mean, we all know that the Georgia Bulldogs took care of Florida State, but Florida State certainly wasn't at full strength. And with their and the main reason that they did not get invited to the top 4 was because their Heisman candidate quarterback wasn't healthy, and so but a healthy Florida State and Georgia and Alabama and Michigan and Washington and Texas, those 6 programs were all playing at a very high level this year. Again, it could be argued that all 6 of them deserved a shot at it, but now here we are.
Right.
After the top 4 playing each other, the number 1 and number 2 seed, you can't argue. They must, you got to say, okay, the committee must have done a little something right. As far as, because now you got number 1 and number 2 playing in the championship. So,
correct.
And some great games. Again, you gotta, as bitter a pill as it was to swallow, to see FSU get snubbed, even though they were undefeated from a Power 5 conference.
Right.
Even though, our Georgia Bulldogs, got snubbed, even though that was their first loss in, 25 plus games.
Yes.
Defending champions, all those kind of things on their resume.
Right.
You had 2 great national semifinals.
You did.
2 great games. 4 teams going at it. Washington was able to put away. I felt like they kind of really did a nice job early in that game and then held on at the end because Texas came roaring back.
Yes.
And then the seesaw battle between Michigan and Alabama was a classic.
I loved it.
It was a lot of fun to watch. If you're a football fan, those were 2 great games to watch.
It was.
Regardless of who you were pulling for.
Exactly.
Now we got Michigan and Washington. Who do you think it's going to be, Rhino?
Well, it's hard because I picked Texas to beat Washington, and Washington surprised me. And I knew that it was going to be a seesaw battle back and forth between Alabama and Michigan, thinking Alabama might come out on top, but Michigan could. So, I'm thinking Michigan taking Washington, but Washington could be the surprise tonight and take the take the college football championship crown tonight and show everybody that the Huskies are a team to look at.
Yeah, no, I like your analysis there, Rhino, and there's certainly both teams undefeated from Power 5 conferences, beat high quality opponents, really throughout the season, but then especially in the semifinal games, and so I think it's going to be. I tell you this: if the game is as good as the semifinals were, then it's going to be a lot of fun to watch, and either team can win it because certainly, Texas was so close to coming back and beating Washington, and and it took overtime for Michigan to beat Alabama. So so Alabama could have easily won that game. So
they could have.
I hope tonight's game is on par with those semifinal games. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch. he'll be pushing for or pulling for.
We know.
Yeah, he'll be pulling for them Wolverines.
Yep.
And growing up, I always loved those uniforms. I always loved Michigan's
Oh,
uniforms.
yeah, they
I
were
think they're pretty
cool.
cool.
Yep.
But like you said, those Huskies, they have an opportunity to make a huge statement tonight, and it should be a great game.
It should be. Well, Coach, we got a couple more minutes left, so tell everybody how they can follow you guys, what's going on, how they can get in touch with the school, and all that good stuff.
Yes, sir. Well, of course, we're on all of the social media platforms, if you just look up Landmark Christian School, it'll lead you to any of those platforms: Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter. And so we're always keeping everybody up to date with what's going on our campus through those platforms, as well as making any announcements, as far as admissions and different big events coming up. So I encourage anybody to follow us on those social media platforms, and then also our admissions office is cranking it. We're getting a lot of requests and inquiries about what it is to how to go about becoming a Landmark War Eagle. And so I encourage anybody out there listening, Rhino, to contact our admissions office to set up a tour. If you know that Landmark's the place you want your child to be, then set up a time to get some testing done, get through the admissions process. It starts online, on our website, under admissions. Everything is digital, everything's online. And of course, any questions anybody has, just call our admissions office, and they'll be able to gladly walk you through it. And of course, we're always giving tours. It seems like we have, at least a tour a day, if not 3 or 4 a day. Families checking us out. We love showing off our campus, and so please get in touch with us and come check us out. We'd love to show you around and love you to become a part of Landmark Christian School's community. We have high-level academics, athletics, and the arts. So you get a well-rounded education all under the umbrella of Christ. So, great people here, great facilities, great programs. So you can't go wrong, Ryan.
Definitely so. Well, Coach, we're going to let you go, and we appreciate you. Anything else you'd like to add before we let you head out and get back to it?
Yes, sir. Just appreciate you folks here, Rhino, at WQEE. Appreciate y'all, what all y'all do in the community, and appreciate our relationship. So thanks for having us on, Rhino.
Thank you. That's Inside the Coach's Corner with our favorite head coach and athletic director from the Landmark Christian, War Eagle.
War Eagle.
Back in a moment to close out. All right, Coach. Awesome as always.
My brother, appreciate you. We'll get y'all caught up with everything that goes on this week next Monday.
Sounds good. We'll talk to you then.
All right. Have a great week, Rhino.
You too.
Get that tongue fixed, right?
That's what I got to go get done for sure.
All right. Rock and roll, brother.
All right. Talk to you later. Bye. You too. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting ready to get out of here. We'll appreciate you, and you. Tune in tomorrow morning for RyanORadio Penitentiary on the network. We'll have Richard Holders from the Sports Beat. We'll catch up with some college football action from tonight in NFL. His thoughts on Atlanta Falcons head coach Arthur Smith being released. Also, we'll have Shane B with us, the top 10 movies from over the weekend. His Golden Globe wannabes and everything. All that's coming up for you tomorrow on the show. So until we meet again, this is Ryan O'Neill saying peace, love, respect. I'm out of here. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you guys on the flip side of everything. Have a great day. Thank you for joining us on the YouTube. We'll see you tomorrow.